skip that ad real quick. Testing 1 2 3. How you guys doing? I see you, bro. Right on time. So, hey, Miss Kim. It's going well. Why do I have a video up here unavailable? Is that me? Okay. All right. So, just give it 1 second. Hi, Angela Boone. Happy Saturday night. I'm in LA. It's 11:14 p.m. What about you? I'm just trying to work out this little software thing here. But come on in. Oh, okay. .205 in Virginia. Wow. What you doing up, girl? You're a night owl like me, it sounds like. All right, so I was waiting on a particular person, but we running on CP. CP time. It's all good though. I'm trying to get this chat off of the screen. It's annoying. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Well, I came on tonight. I'm kind of just winging it. I just really wanted to talk about a couple things that I witnessed today on YouTube. You know, thanks to my glorious subbies and IG friends, I am tipped on things that I would normally not see. Vegas in the house. So I wouldn't normally see these things because I'm not normally checking for the fan YouTubers. Typically, I get mentioned here and there. They won't say my name. I get the initials, which GD, that would be me. So you did, well, everybody handle your business. I hope I don't have to go now that you said that, Angela. All right, so stay focused. This is why I need my mod, and I don't know where she's at. You know what? Should I call her and just put her on blast? No, we won't. Okay, so basically what I'm talking about is, actually, let me do my little intro. You know what I'm saying? I got one complaint about it, but you know what? I don't give a, you know what? Let me hit on this real quick, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah. This goddess dawn in a chariot. Where she at? There she is. Use your third eye, then look up high. Sun is rising, no more good night. It's time to take flight. Don't be uptight. Like and subscribe. Comment some nice. It's love in this light. High vibration. Here's goddess dawn. Get information.
Hello world. Welcome, 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 or welcome back. I'm Goddess Dawn. It's Saturday, October 12th, 2019, and I'm live. And I'm really here to just debunk some lies that I've been privy to, like I said previously, thanks to some of my lovely subscribers and my IG friends letting me know what is being said on quote unquote the other side. That's a term that I'm getting to not like. However, You know, like I said, I'm not checking for them, those YouTube fans, because they're YouTuber fans. They're clearly driven by emotion and not facts. I was really amazed by watching a particular YouTuber who I guess is new to being on the scene as far as the face. He's been around, but he's covering and in the middle of all this Sylvester fan commotion, which is very entertaining. So thank y'all for the entertainment. But with that being said, this particular YouTuber, you know, it seems that the perception of him from his fans, his followers, is that he's an intelligent brother and that he is knows what he's talking about, and he's coming with facts. He claims, you know, certain affiliations, which I guess gives him a certain legitimacy. I don't know if that's true. It just is what the perception is. This person put out there some things that I'm scratching my head. What? He's saying things against what's actually factual and documented. So I'm just here to give you the real. Can y'all hear me? Is everything, how y'all doing? Everything good? That is my consensus. Okay, well, so what we're talking about is debunking some things. So the first thing that was brought to my attention that I'm going to speak on is a particular YouTuber. You know, she threw my initials out there, so someone tipped me to it. Thank you, Nia Marie. Thank you for being here also. Yeah, I guess you could say he is a beehive. Okay, so, but this particular is a female, this YouTuber, and basically saying that myself and other YouTubers who are non-R. Kelly supporters or Sylvester supporters are basically going against the culture, or I actually have it queued up. I'm going to play what she said really quick, and then I'll let you know how I feel about it.
You know what pisses me off? What pisses me off with KB's channel, GD, and TK, and all the rest of them over there, that is, you know what I'm saying, against us, or they call the opposition. You know, these words going on in YouTube street. Black people learn a word and they wear it out. Okay? For their opposing side. What pisses me off is that you have no cultural obligation whatsoever. And people think when I say cultural obligation means you're supposed to side with me because I'm black. No, I'm going to side with you if you're right or wrong. Well, here's the thing about cultural obligation. It can seem confusing. It can seem contradicting. But it's really straightforward. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Cultural obligation. I have no cultural obligation because I don't support Sylvester. Is that what I'm hearing? Or am I tripping? Can I get some feedback in the chat, please? So the term cultural obligation for me, it's a heavy one. And because as far as I'm concerned, I am the culture. I am living, breathing, raised, bred. And we're talking, when I say culture, black culture, that's just so many mixtures of different things. My background, you know, it's just a lot. So for someone to blanketly say, because you're not supporting this man, this quote unquote black man, you're not fulfilling your cultural obligation. Okay. It's just me and my mods tonight. Okay. Who is Khalif? Khalif, say her name. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm confused. That's a hardcore statement to say. Exactly. A bird. What's happening? Yeah, it makes no sense. Oh, by the way, that phone number that's up, it's I believe the status it's on currently is to go straight to the voicemail, but it is open for not just Sylvester, but any other topic. So feel free to leave a message. I may open it up while I'm on here, but we'll see. Why would we support a man who can't even own up to his mistakes and is still lying to this day? And just even starting with the mistakes themselves. These mistakes have been made and made over and over again. He had an opportunity to turn himself around and didn't take it. And a bird with hands for feet. I don't know if you were here when I spoke on why I'm actually here with this live, and it's to again debunk some lies that I saw or that I've heard, I guess, on YouTube from some other YouTubers who support our Sylvester. And one of those lies was that because I do not, and my initials were thrown out there. I know this person is talking about me. Someone tipped me to it. Thank you for that. And it's just bullshit. Like, I just don't even appreciate somebody. How can you say that? You don't even know me. You don't know what I do. You don't know what I've done, who I'm from, who I'm with, like you know nothing. So just because of the fact that I have chosen this cause, you're going to tell me that I'm not fulfilling my cultural obligation. What are you doing? You're putting everything behind this man who has mountains of evidence against him. Real evidence, video, digital. The list goes on and on and on. I'm talking, I think it was said 900 subfolders of discovery on a drive. He is a habitual abuser of children and women. I hope the idea is not that my obligation as a black woman is to support him. Nia Marie, yes. It is, well, this person did say, well, I'm not saying that just because I'm black. Well, why else would you say that? Should we listen again? I don't want to hear the whole thing, but it was just so like, anyway, I don't want to keep giving this person this shine, but let me move on to the next YouTuber. There's another YouTuber, a man. He postures himself as someone of, great wisdom and streetwise, as well as, intellectually and connected with certain affiliations. And, he puts himself out there to be someone that can be trusted. And this is something I've seen, but I don't drink that Kool-Aid. I see right through. When you start stating things as fact that aren't, and you accuse people of not doing homework, not doing research, and you don't, then I'm done with you. I'm side-eyeing. I'm clicking next. Why are we even watching someone? And then this person wants to try to, I guess, expose yet another YouTuber. The whole YouTuber, what we call them, Beehive YouTubers, the Beehive. We have to have a name for the YouTubers who are fans, okay? We don't really have a true name for them. I just say the Beehive YouTubers, the ones with the platforms, whose people who actually watch these people and agree with them mindlessly. Nia. Those are her. Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to even, you can say her name if you want, but I'm just trying to put, yeah, they are part of the cult. That's the point. Beehive YouTuber liar. So that's not, well, I mean, it's very straightforward. We can continue to brainstorm on that. But that's what I've been calling them anyway, so. But to say that I have no cultural obligation because I'm reporting things that are being stated factually, things that, in my opinion, which I think I'm allowed to do, just like you, just like they are. Potential offenders, says Angela. Trust myself. What's happening? Exactly. I agree with you, Angela. Someone went in this dude. Okay, so now I'm on to the next YouTuber who, he didn't call me out, but this particular video of his is stating that naysayers aren't paying attention or aren't, doing research. They don't, we don't know what we're talking about. And I guess I would be a naysayer. And if you agree with me that this man, Sylvester, needs to be accountable for his crimes, including the crimes that happened during the 2008 trial. Okay. Did you watch the Faith Rogers' new interview? She said he tried to make her settle with him instead of a civil suit. Of course he tried to make her settle. He settled with everyone. He has tons of settlements on the books. That's what he did. It was like nothing. It was like brushing his teeth, or maybe not, because I heard he really doesn't do that a lot. Anyway, hey, Mimi. How you doing? How much research is needed to discredit court documents? Right. That's the thing. It's like, did you not look at any, did you not, I can't. To be someone who watches these videos and who, doesn't do research, they just kind of listen to the news, that's one thing. But to actually have your own platform where you have viewers, subscribers, who trust you, who actually vibe you, and you're just feeding them lies. Based on what? I don't know. And the thing is, this particular YouTuber is a supporter of Sylvester, but not a fan, he says. There's two different things. That's the other question I have, is what is the difference between a fan and a supporter? Because they all say they love the music too. The music is what injected them. Better now. Mimi, we need to have a sidebar, okay? Now I need your email. Email me. Okay, so, but yeah, to have your own platform and to actually just speak out of your ass in lieu of facts that are easily gotten, okay? We're in a new era, bro. So, to me, that's just not right. I don't like it because a lot of people will buy this bullshit, and this, somebody might end up on the jury with this stuff in their head. And that's not cool, man. This is how we got here in the first place, or well, how we as non-supporters. He is a fanboy, and you know who I'm talking about, Nia Marie. I know you do. We're not saying his name. We're not giving the shine. But there is a YouTuber, a male, and like I described him, you can hit rewind if you missed what I said about this person. However, I'm putting together an actual video because I had to go grab the facts against the lies to put them to juxtapose. You got to do that in order for people to have no excuse but to turn and say, but he's a black man and they're trying to take him down and you're against your own people. He does not represent my black man. He is an outlier, okay? He has issues that need to be addressed, and because he's done what he's done, they're going to have to be addressed behind bars. So the video is going to be more detailed about what they said versus what is the truth. But I just had to come on here to say, because I think these people watch or listen, because I actually see some of my stuff become, you know, the thing that they're saying. Like when I said homeboy was homeless, the one who came on the scene and just like kicked up dust in everybody's faces, had everybody confused. This guy, I said he was homeless. He looked homeless. He gave me the homeless vibe, and he was shorter than really like in the 4-footers. And then next thing I know, I'm seeing this everywhere. I don't know. I'm just saying. So this guy, what was one of the things that he said? One of the things that he said had to do with the jury not being convinced by the videotape, which is why he was acquitted. That's a lie. You can even Google the jurors after the fact. A lot of them spoke to the press, and at least 5 of the actual jurors said they were against, and 3 of the alternates that they had said they would have gone against, which of course they weren't included as alternates. You participate in the trial, but when it comes to making the decision, you have to sit it out. I know firsthand. I'm reading the chat here. I'm sick of that narrative. He brought himself some words out of his own mouth, make you give him the side eye. Who are we talking about here? I mean, are we talking about the same person? They're trying to take down a black man, and all the women are lying on him. Yes, everyone is lying. Every one of them. They were paid by Dream Hampton and the other producers of the docuseries. It was scripted. I wish they would stop saying he was acquitted. Well, I think he was technically acquitted. What wasn't that the term? Isn't that the actual term for him? He wasn't not guilty. They had to acquit him because they didn't even have the witness. I mean, they didn't have the victim as a witness. She wasn't present. Yep, I have debated and only used RK's own word. I thought it was an acquittal, but doesn't matter because he bought it. He coerced it. So, you know, and so let's see. What else did this guy say? So he said the jurors weren't convinced. Actually, they stated, many of them stated they were convinced by the tape that it was him. It was in his home. And they said that didn't even come up in the trial, that it was in his actual, I mean, this is what I read by I think the New York Times had an article. And a lot of important things seem to have not been addressed too much. I don't know who the prosecution was on that case. They were really soft. It seems that everyone was shocked when the verdict came down. But he had 6 years. Oh, that was the other thing. This guy, this YouTuber, was saying that it took 6 long years in between for investigation. That was not true. There were a lot of different reasons why it was put off, but most of it had to do with all the motions that kept getting submitted to the court and having to be considered and ruled on and then enacted depending on what that motion was. And also the judge apparently fell from a ladder and had some broken bones. He had to heal from that. They said Sylvester had some type of a surgery like a appendectomy. There were a lot of things that happened, and there were a lot of stalling. There was a lot of stalling, and it wasn't stated whether or not it was mostly defense or all defense, but it definitely was defense. So for him to say, oh, he made it seem like it took that long for them to go to trial because they didn't have anything on them. That's not true. It wouldn't be a trial if they didn't have anything. The trial is the last part. Everything is set up already. If there's a case, that means they've already weighed the evidence out. They've had a grand juries already. All right. So he also brought up Sparkle. Didn't RK try to get his brother to say that it was him? He sure did. He tried to say that it was his brother. I don't even know if he tried to get his brother. He said it was his brother. I think he just flat out said it was his brother. Isn't that also a crime? That's why I don't get why people think he's innocent. Exactly. Mertice. Hey, Mertice. RK's own words and actions make him look so guilty. Right. Now they're saying it was really Lisa Van Allen. Yeah, so they want to discredit Roshana Landfair. So let's talk about Roshana. And this is another thing that he brought up in his video. He basically said that, first of all, he's calling her Roshanda with a D. Her name is Roshana, no D. So if you're starting out talking about somebody and you don't even have their name correct, that says to me you haven't done any research. You haven't read anything. You're going by hearsay only. Someone sat there and said, here's what the deal is, and you ran with it. Oh, they hate Roshana. Well, some of them say, oh, well, that's his goddaughter. I think he said that. First of all, this man described like he watched the tape, and he's I guess one of his arguments against the naysayers, myself and you, if you agree with me, is that we haven't watched the tape, number one, which I admittedly have not. I just had no interest in watching that tape. I heard enough about it, and I don't think I need to watch it to understand that that was him. I've seen still shots and things like that, and the still shots that I saw, and they said that the jury did believe that that was him in the tape. They just didn't have the witness present and to defend or to say whether or not it was her. She said it wasn't, but she refused to cooperate and refused to show up for the trial. And actually, the prosecution, I believe, said they didn't ask her to take the stand. They didn't want to stress her out. At this point, I think they said she was 23 and that the jury wouldn't even recognize her anymore. They just felt that she wasn't relevant to the case. But in actuality, Sylvester, paid for her group mates. She was in a band, or, she was a rapper, I think, in the group, and her family to be overseas, France, Germany. This is where they were popular during the trial. So now this is one of the charges in his current case, one of his current cases, is that actual coercion, which he should be held responsible for. It's ridiculous that people don't address this when they're talking about this case. Fan or not a fan, this is facts. The whole hood watched and took that tape for a joke in the 90s, and everybody believed it was him. Yeah, everybody believed it was him. It was like known that it was him. Like, oh, that R. Kelly sex tape, that R. Kelly tape with that little girl. And she was 13 at the time of that tape. Okay, this is one of the other things this YouTuber said about the tape and Roshana. He said that Roshana he did say that she was 13 and that the misconception is that she's 14, but she was actually 13, and that the way that she handled him was professional, was not some virtuous young girl, was someone who had been, quote unquote, well, I won't say quote unquote because I don't know if he said, but I'll say trained. I agree, Cornell Lynch. But the reason that she appeared that way is because he had met her when she was 12. Who do you think was training her and showing her? And, there were supposedly are other women who have that role also as a quote unquote trainer. And now I think she's supposed to be the trainer. I don't know if it's true. I don't want to throw the rumors out there. Can you guys give me some more likes? Although I think there might only be 5 of us here. So, actually, no. I see 45 watching. So, we got a lot of lurkers. Hi, guys. But if I can get a couple more likes, just so I know that there's a pulse out here, please and thank you in advance. exactly a bird with hands or 4 feet, just like he met Aaliyah. The Aaliyah thing is another thing. I only got through probably the first 18 minutes of this video. I think it's hours long, or at least an hour and a half. I'm sure he brought up Aaliyah. They never want to, don't disrespect her. She disagree, she said publicly that she didn't marry him. Of course she did. I believe an annulment is considered, that you kind of wash it away, that it never happened, right? So really you can say that legally, that it never happened. Then the P-Hive blames her for it. The ultimate victim blaming. Yep, a lot of victim blaming and shaming. And this particular YouTuber has the nerve to have protect children on his screen and some other little phrase that has to do with women, I think. I don't know. He's another clout chaser. They're all clout chasing. They're all here trying to grab the money bag. Money schemes. Just like he met Aaliyah when she was 12, sick. You was watching this child and made your move when she was 16. Okay, yeah, so back to this YouTuber. He said he watched the tape and how, when you're a man and you're watching porn, you don't look at the man. If you're looking at the man, it's a problem. He didn't, he made some faces. But he's speaking about this tape like it's just regular old porn tape that he was watching. He's watched it, and like, shame on you for not watching it. I thought it was a crime to watch that, actually. Did he just admit that he committed a crime or two or 50 or however many times because that man didn't watch it once. He watched it many a times. Deshaun, you still there? I feel like there's a delay. I'm just like... So for him to actually speak on that tape like that, though, I'm looking at you, dude, like, really? And then he brags on his 4 daughters. And they always deflect the issue off of Sylvester, exactly, onto the girls. I wanted to, that one comment, did we unblock that? Where'd that go? Okay, Nathaniel Brown, what's happening? Culture has nothing to do with it. I don't know who was talking about culture obligations, but she is wrong. If it were her underage daughter being raped by a black man, we would see the obligation. Yeah, being raped, period. I mean, by any adult, male, female, women do it too. They want to say, oh, it's not just men. We're talking about him, though. Sylvester has never testified or taken a lie detector test, and I would love to see him do it. That would be interesting. I don't even think they count lie detector tests anymore, do they? I don't know if they're legal. Cornell's asking, do you think Joycelyn and Azriel will come home? That's hard to say. Personally, I do feel that each of those women are talking to their parents. I think more so the mothers. I think they do have contact with the mothers, which is probably why the mothers are very quiet. Hopefully so. Hopefully there is a relationship and will continue to be one. How do you be that successful in life and not evolve from a scandal? Well, exactly. Some people, they get stuck in a place. And a lot of times trauma causes that. When you're experiencing something at a young age that is is considered a trauma, a lot of times you get stuck in that age and get stuck in those patterns. So it's things you have to unpack in your psyche in order to face them and deal with them. And this hasn't happened. This is why they have professionals or, you know, the spiritual route, like people who see me, my clients, we unpack those things and release them and move forward and rebuild. You have to rebuild yourself, but he hasn't done that. Hi, Diana. I wonder how many from his own camp are snitching. Oh, a lot of them have flipped already. A lot of the information they have are from people who have, you know, to save themselves. You know, there's that former stylist. I talked about her in my last live because there was a video that went up about her being supposedly chased by Sylvester's goons and run off the road. She is involved in some of the background. There's a couple of things that were, it's hard to say these things just because I don't know if they're true and it's such sensitive stuff, but there was a girl, I guess, in his camp, and supposedly all these girls went to this former stylist, Cash Jones, when he would abuse them, when they, you know, needed somewhere to go, because he would, like, I don't know, tell them to leave. And people would say, well, see, they weren't kidnapped. They could leave. Well, we're talking psychological holds. But anyway, so they would go to her. And she would be their little, you know, their protector. She would, you know, talk them through it and be that middle person and, you know, make them, I guess, relax them. This is her probably being the buffer between them and going to the police or going to some type of authority or another adult who can help them. I'm thinking. She already has been in the news with having met with the feds. Hi, Yulita. It's almost midnight, yeah? Yeah, for me, it is like 20 till or something. My clock on here is fast. Do you think they're going to bring out all the settlements to trial? I'm pretty sure that stuff will come up. If they're going to pile everything on, as they say, all the stuff they have, that would, I would think, be included. I think it's important to show the pattern and the behavior. He didn't fight any of these things. Team Truth in the building. What's happening, Grown Man Show? Yeah, again, where are the lawsuits? I've heard threats about suing Lifetime and the Surviving series for a long time. I haven't seen anything. So that's another thing that I don't hear from, quote unquote, the other side. That number, y'all, is right now it's on a voicemail. I could open it up though if y'all want to call. Somebody just called. Okay, let me pull that up. So he ain't suing. Exactly, because if with a lawsuit comes then the digging into your shit. Okay? So a lot of times people don't sue because they don't want to be bothered. A lot of people won't step into a police station. Even if they need the police, they, you know, aren't doing anything illegal in that moment, they will not go into that police station. And the same thing with courts. You know, there's men out there who are being done wrong by their babies' moms. And they won't go to court for the, you know, about the child support and stuff because they don't want to go to court. They're afraid. But I think in his case, he just don't want them going into his shit, period. So for him not to, he can't sue. None of them want to be disposed. Like disposition. The deposition. That's what I meant. Yeah. So paying them off became his way. And apparently he's still trying to do it today. Oh, Mimi. Thank you. You're so sweet. Keep bringing the facts. I'm trying. I'm telling you, when I see these YouTubers and these videos that are just straight up lies. Oh, somebody said that was me. Did I have another one? Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate it. But yeah, these YouTubers with these lies, I can't. Okay, we're talking about Roshana. Okay, so this person was saying that it's nice to be with you all. He's trying to sue now. He's trying to sue now? Who's he trying to sue? I haven't seen any paperwork for any lawsuit from him. And I'm on it. I'm trying to be on that. Y'all, I'm checking for new filings on a daily. Okay? I have things in my calendar for when certain information is going to be posted and be made public. I will be here with it. And I'm on this like this because of people like this particular YouTuber that I'm talking about. This man who thinks he's so like the shit. Like, I see through you. I see you. I think when people, I don't know, that whole posturing thing, I think it might have to do with just being on camera. People fanning you in the comments and you getting calls and these women are like lusting. Might be getting to his head. I don't know. But I think that it should not interfere with doing research. You would be better off just looking up a couple things before you come to your platform and tell all these people things like Sparkle and her family fell out, but she won't address why. When she's asked, she doesn't say why. And that's a lie. She's talked about it publicly. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm putting a video together. It's just easier for me because right now I don't have the numbers marked for the video where I would want to, because I'm definitely not going to rewatch a video. But there's definitely things being said that I can just show you, which I'm going to do in my video, and you'll see it in a few days. It takes time to edit. They've been sending him their rent money. Okay, Angela. And the nigga high money. Maybe because it would make him normal black folks broke. Man, I haven't seen one statement come out from his camp, from his legal team to say flat out, don't send money to whatever, or, you know, any type of real statement. You got people rolling up on Greenberg at the courthouse saying that he's saying certain people are thieves. And this is how we're getting the information from his side of things. And, you know, I would think that he would have better people in place, better things being said. You know, the things that are happening over there on quote unquote that side is pretty disgusting. First of all, a lot of these people, they're just, you know, they're trying to brand themselves, I guess. I don't know what you want to say, why they want to use this topic to become somebody, but I guess because R. Kelly or Sylvester already has the fan base, so they're just basically hopping on that fan base right there, as opposed to building their own, which I guess they couldn't do because they probably don't have any talent or anything going for them outside of this. So, what was I saying? Let's see. They're all lying. Okay. So yeah, again, I'm just here debunking some things I saw today, and you know, some people sent me some links like, look at this, giving me the time mark. I appreciate the time marks also, because I sure don't like fishing for stuff, having to watch a bunch of bullshit. A lot of these people with these YouTube pages who are fans, and they want to say, well, there's a difference between a fan and a supporter. I don't see it. Next time you want to put that out there, break that down a little more. All right. But listen, as somebody said earlier in the chat, he had a lot of opportunity to straighten things out in his life between his last legal situation, his last trial, and today. So it's nobody else's fault. And for people to always want to deflect to, what are we talking? The whatabouters. What about Weinstein? What about this one? What about that one? What about the black man? Cultural obligation. All these things. The girls, of course. The fast tails. All these things aside from the man himself, who could have just said no. And then they want to say, well, if it's happening to him, it could happen to your men, to you as a man, if you're a man, a black man specifically. But who else is in danger of being accused of such things when typically these type of charges are hard to for someone to come forth with. First of all, they're hard for people to come to terms with, as far as then come publicly with and go then to authorities and all that stuff. It's not easy. They're not easy to prove either, especially the longer you wait. And especially when someone is high profile, you know you're going to get a lot of backlash. A lot of times there isn't monetary settlement. I don't know if R. Kelly has real money, if there was some type of a judgment, a payout for the victims. So why would you want to say that every one of them is lying when you don't know? You don't know him. You have no idea who he is behind the persona, the star. But you want to vouch for him. You want to have a whole channel to support him and cheer him on and fight for him. But you don't know him. Like I said, you might have known him on a level, but clearly not on that level. Because there's levels to everything. Exactly. Bird said half of the victims are Jane Does anyway. How do they know? And that's the thing too. They're stuck on certain people when those people aren't even listed in the indictments. And some of these women, you know, they're in the media, but they're not in the charges. And I think more than half of the girls, we have never heard or seen them before. Not in the docuseries. They're not the two girlfriends that he's currently with, supposedly. They're very quiet also on the, you know, at least on the media front. Who else is in danger of catching sex trafficking case? It can happen to you next. Yeah, so that whole happen to you next thing is whack. Like, who's walking around like afraid, oh my God, I might get a child sex charge on me? Like, not unless you're putting yourself in that position, and he has done that. He's shown a pattern of it clearly. He had a whole trial. He spent a lot of money fighting that trial, a lot of money paying people off, a lot of money, you know, making sure people weren't there. And after the fact, a lot of money in keeping up lifestyles for that girl and her family. From what I understand, she stopped messing with him in 2015. And this is when the payments to her stopped. And this is when I think Joycelyn, Azriel, I think was the first one of her and Joycelyn came on board. In 2015, 4 years is not that long ago, but long enough to know that this girl had it in her mind that already she ain't messing with him. I did a reading on her actually, and somebody messaged me about it or commented on it a couple weeks ago saying that I was on point, because I had said in there that there was going to be a celebration. There's a celebration with her and other women, kind of like a victory type of thing. And at that time, we didn't know anything about her, if she was going to be testifying or anything. But now we know she is cooperating. And in the meaning of cooperating, we are saying that she is working with the feds. She already testified in the grand jury, as well as her family, to say that they were coerced and made to say that that wasn't her. You know, the guy that watched the tape and seemed to enjoy it the way he talked about it, did he know that the father was made to watch that tape and cried with the judge in his chambers the first time that he saw it? He sat there and cried watching his daughter get fucked by Sylvester and peed in her mouth and all of that, while shaking his head, that's not my daughter. Tears running down his fat fucking face. Sorry. Hey, Della. Trust myself. Dubai, a lie, being broke, another lie. Right. Oh, they've been playing that broke card for a minute. Matter of fact, I was reading about the attorney in his 2008 case after the fact, in their celebratory, press runs they were doing. He said that he was pro bono for R. Kelly, for innocent people like R. Kelly. He said he was pro bono, which I felt like that was interesting. But so that's what I mean about these attorneys being media clowns. Also, they're getting clout and you know, getting their own level of fame from representing him. Just being on camera is something. Being in the national media. I don't believe that Rashana has a baby with Gaina Gay. Trust myself. I don't believe that because, first of all, has he seen himself? Let me say this. So, you know, if you guys have been watching these guys, do you remember when the P-Hive were saying all the time no federal charges are coming? Exactly. I saw that. Actually, I read something where Greenberg said that I haven't heard anything about that, and neither has he. And then, boom. Yeah, I remember that. They just lie. But I done lost my thought reading this dang chat. The girls still have a handler. They have a couple of handlers. Is he carrying HIV? I don't know about the medical records. All I know is what was in the discovery list, which was the fact that they do have medical records, but I didn't see anything specific to any type of disease. It did, though, appear that there's something going on for them to have various places where they did obtain those medical records also. If he had the money, he would hire... If he had the money, he wouldn't be probably sitting behind bars, and that's facts. Because, you know, at the end of the day, there is a whole money thing happening. There's money with everything here in this country. We know that. In this world, shall I say. It's a whole global thing now. But anyway, so I was talking about this other YouTuber. Thank you for that. I don't see the name, but thank you for the super grown man. Thank you. Grown man show. That's dope. So I was saying that this other YouTuber is, you know, oh my gosh. So he's just saying these things. You know, Sparkle, she doesn't admit why her family doesn't speak to her. No, that's not true. Rashana was 13, but she knew what she was doing and she enjoyed it. This is what he said. She enjoyed it. Like, what? And he's saying she wasn't no like innocent 13-year-old. She knew what she was doing. Well, he met her. Sparkle introduced her to Sylvester when she was 12. So he had been grooming her and training her for a whole year. And then Pseudo adopts her as his goddaughter. And the parents just sit there and let it and watch it happen. And get paid for it and get gigs from it. And even the son, her brother, is still working currently in the business. And he's a drummer and he has also benefited. Now, I don't know what happened to make her stop messing with him in 2015. Well, stop getting her payments in 2015. I don't know what happened or, you know, what the deal is. But something happened and now she is working with the prosecution. They are calling her a star witness. She is under protective custody in some sort of way. This is what is being said, okay? And I'm putting that out there to debunk people who are saying Gaina Gay, I think, is that what we're calling him? That, oh, she's not cooperating. They're saying that, but that doesn't mean that she's working with them. It just means that she's going to say the same thing she did last time. Why would you put yourself out there to say this when it's stated in the court documents about her working with them, about the grand jury indictment and how she testified for that? There's information that's real and authentic that's out there, but then you want to have people like this who want to just say things. Why? I don't know. But this person is an actual habitual liar. We're back on Gaina Gay because he seems to be at the center of everything. All the dust over there. Thank you. Grown man show. I've seen you in those chat comments. I'll be staying low key, but I see you. Okay, you're saying she is testifying and cooperating. They have the checks, trips, and June Brown. June Brown, yes. And June Brown, okay, somebody said I shouldn't speak on this, but I'm going to. It's not a big deal. It's public information. But in the court filings, there was a motion for him to not have to show up for court for any of his hearings, and it was granted. So I don't know why he doesn't have to show up to anything. Sounds to me like he's getting it easy breezy. So that being said, they have him. He also had bank accounts with Sylvester. That was shown in the discovery list, a couple of them. So he might have been the friend that he was funneling the money to earlier this year when they found that out. Dangerous to mention her. Yeah, I'm sure. All of this stuff probably shouldn't be talked about, to be honest. But I feel like if somebody needs to speak on the real happenings, because there's so many lies, and these people know people follow them and believe what they say, yet they don't bother, or maybe they do check the facts. Maybe they do their research, but they decide for whatever reason. I don't know if they're being paid. I don't know. There's definitely opportunities for people, I guess, to get paid for your platform to spew lies. But for some reason, they choose to just come on here and speak things that aren't true. Things that can be easily debunked. Yulita, Chicago has some fast little girls. However, a child is a child. That's the part that angers me the most. Right. Fast or not fast. Like someone said before, I've seen, she's a little girl, a young 13-year-old is a child, strips naked in front of a grown-ass man. The grown-ass man needs to walk the fuck away and tell her to put her fucking clothes back on and get her mama, or get out the room and let her know. Like, I don't understand why the fact that he engaged, sexually abused, all these things, even if he didn't do half the things that they're saying he did enough. One of them things to me is enough, but to children. I'll not forget the author of that book. I think it's called The Jump Off on Toxique's channel, talking about how her 13-year-old sister was on the phone with them, and he's asking her, what does she look like? Does she look like her sister? That's a creep. That's a definite pedo. That's a definite disgusting molester. They want to say that, that fast girl narrative has to, that's not even a factor. It's not a factor, a non-factor, okay? Dana said back in June, all charges would be dropped. I'm still waiting. Dana said a lot of things, okay? At this point, if you are not seeing that Dana Gay, what are we calling him? That this guy lies for a living. I don't even know if that scanner he has is even real. If he doesn't know that scanner, if he doesn't know, if you are watching any of this stuff happen, okay, I've been doing this since January, okay? After the docuseries, I got on it with my readings and all that. I've been on, this is what I've been doing. This is October now. All right, so I've been watching these other people's YouTube channels also during this time. I have seen through this guy a long time ago, Dana Jackson, or whatever his name is. He lies about everything, and this whole dollar for a king or fundraising, defense fundraising is bullshit. He couldn't even tell. Greenberg asked him how much they've collected so far, caught him off guard. And Greenberg's like, you better have a number. And he throws out $300. Oh, okay. Greenberg's like, oh, okay. Like, that's not nothing, But he was just throwing a number out there. People have said they've sent in a lot of money. Nia Marie, you and your sidebars, girl. Let me go see what y'all talking about. Dana doesn't believe that. I talked to him and Levi. They both slowly come into the light about their actions. Okay. Well, good. Somebody needs to talk to them. Daintis Jackson. You talk to all the... Why do you talk to them? I don't see the point in talking to any of them. But good for you. You know, keep that dialogue open. Keep feeding them facts. Keep hopefully, talking to them to where they can get a self-awareness, at least, if nothing else, that they're putting information out there and people are eating it up. Just because it's something they personally want to hear, it goes along with what their script is for the situation. Deshaun's like, nothing's getting dropped now. It's a long process and we're just getting started. I mean, but things are happening. This thing has come a long way. Okay. This thing has come a long way from, I'm talking when we started seeing things like him with homegirl Faith. What was her name? Hallie Calhoun. All on the media with his 19-year-old girlfriend, and then Joycelyn, and then her parents coming out. This is where people are like, well, what's going on? And then boom, the docuseries hits, and back to Sparkle. So this guy says, oh, Sparkle, she was just mad because R. Kelly stopped messing with her. She was cheating on her husband, who was in that public announcement group. Okay, all that I think is true. She had an affair on her husband, who was in that group public announcement with R. Kelly, and she slept with R. Kelly. She introduced her 12-year-old niece to him, thinking he could help her because she's a rapper. And next thing she knew, she's going over there, and she's over there by herself. And she's like, well, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I got dropped off. This is me after seeing an interview, and now again, I'm putting a video together, and we'll have splices of these interviews and these things in there. So she said that after she noticed her niece was hanging out with him, the niece was like, yeah, he's having a party. There's going to be other kids. And I'm like, other kids? So he was having parties. She said he would always have parties after his shows. And this particular one, the girl said there's going to be other kids there. I don't know what that's about. Sounds a little sacrificial to me. But don't mind me. I don't have facts behind that. But yeah, she went on to say how she went on to talk to her niece's mom, her sister, and was like, she shouldn't be over there by herself. What's up with that? Like, you need to keep your eye on her. Like, she shouldn't be, she's a child, But obviously all that did was separate them as a family. She ended up, what happened. She identified her niece in that tape in court. The family stopped talking to her. She is very clear about this. So why this guy would say that she never admits to why she doesn't talk to her family is bullshit. So she said that slowly but surely, she and her family bonded back in 2011 when her mom had her parents had a 50th wedding anniversary. She said it got the family back together. But I think 2018, her mom passed in October, and then the docuseries, the clips started to air with, before it came officially on, the previews. And that's when she said she and her family began to fall out again. And she said it's even worse now because they're older. So according to her, they're not speaking today because of the docuseries. She said one of her brothers was always down for her the whole time. And I don't know. Can I get some more likes, y'all? I'm sorry. I'm just noticing. We got 21. It's like 60 people in here. Please and thank you. But yeah, so, this whole thing, my little rant right now is all about being real, being true, being transparent, being honest, having some integrity, and not like just telling people anything just because it's what you want to hear. It's because it makes you feel good. This guy had somebody put in his comments that he was also with a little girl, and I'm not trying to spread no rumors about dude, but he made a whole spectacle about it in one of his videos. So he put it out there. So I'm just saying, why is somebody accusing him of that? Why are you defending this man you don't know, who's doing all these heinous things, who is accused of all this bullshit? Grown man, you spending money. I appreciate you. But yeah, so I don't understand, and then you go and you bash people for quote unquote not doing research, not supporting your people. You know what I mean? And I feel like I am supporting my people because as far as I know, most of his victims are young black girls, black women. I'm a black woman. These are my people. Okay? So, mutual love. Grown man show. I'm going to have to check your page out or your channel. I've seen you though in the chats. Okay, Angela, don't be hating now. Don't be hating, girl. So, a lot of these people, these other YouTubers have gone a little quiet, I've noticed, since he didn't get that last bond. And I actually broke down the bond motion, which was bullshit. And I also, sorry, I'm cursing a little more tonight, y'all, but it's late Saturday. I was out before this and, but, I feel like I'm supporting my culture by doing this and protecting my culture from people such as Sylvester. Isn't that the point of protesting certain people and things like this? If you see somebody just getting away with shit over and over and you see it kind of like in your peripheral, but then it gets put in your face, it gets put right front view. Right in front of your face, and you can't just walk past it at this point. When it's in your peripheral, you can just kind of keep living and just like, oh yeah, I see that over there, but it's not really in my, but I'm telling you, that docuseries did put it on the map. And it put everything in a nice little order so you could see like how it broke down a lot of stuff. And I'm not saying he's a lot of the charges, or I don't think any of them have to do with that docuseries. But I believe maybe one or two of the people are in the indictments. Okay? I don't want to go naming these girls. They're already getting bullied online from the P Hive. If you go on Twitter and like search hashtag R. Kelly or hashtag R. Kelly fans or something like that, you'll see a lot of bullshit. Twitter is notorious for it too. People don't have no shame on Twitter. It's actually where you can get a lot of good information too, because people will post stuff there thinking, they can kind of just slide it out there and not get bashed too much for it, because Twitter has a lot of activity. It's a good place to lurk. Keisha, did you see where Andrea Kelly said when she first auditioned for R. Kelly, it was Lisa Ray who told her to turn around and to see her booty? Oh, that R. Kelly was gonna like her. So Lisa Ray was playing like madam for him in the dance for the dancers. I never heard that. I didn't know Lisa Ray knew him like that, to be honest. That's really messed up if she knew about any of this stuff. Thank you, Yulita, for my green I get my green light to curse after dark. Andrea needs to be quiet because I feel like she had a lot of complicit in a lot of things that went down, more so than definitely she's fessing up to. I don't think we'll ever hear from her really how much she was involved and what she actually participated in. I mean, I've read some things and I hope that these things are not true, especially with her having 3 children. And I can imagine how difficult it must be to be raising 3 children of this man underneath the umbrella of all this shit that he's dealing with. When I think of Andrea, I think about when she came out of the GBI crying. The GBI, I don't know what that is. When I think of Andrea, I don't have too much on Andrea. She's boring to me. I remember when she was on Hollywood, what was it, Exes? She was kind of that friend, the side friend, and then she's on Growing Up Hip Hop with her daughter looking a mess with those wigs. Yeah, she should keep collecting those payments and keep it low. She should definitely keep it low. Is she even still getting payments? I know she had gotten a couple of those lump sums from the court situations, and he wasn't able to come out. His friend, that lady, Valencia Love, she also paid $50,000 of that second bond that he had, that child support bond. But again, he supposedly had already paid her back. So I guess she just took it right back out of that bank. She has a whole separate R. Kelly fund, I guess she keeps for when he's in trouble. Anyway, so I'm talking about these people out here with these platforms talking about all this, telling lies like they're facts. Watching that sex tape and talking about it like it's some like enjoyable fetish, watching child porn. The way he talked about it, I was like, really, dude? And then wants to say, well, damn. We gonna have to see, is all this gonna clear now, Grown Man Show? Am I gonna get a lot of like, okay, I'm getting a lot of love. I'm gonna have to do this time slot more often. Hit you up and let you know when I'm coming on. But yeah, so, but I'm sorry, I'm reading like text messages. So, as I was saying, you distracted me now. We'll have to have a sidebar. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. I'm just here talking tonight. Today, this wasn't a planned live. Usually I plan it a little bit more, have a little more bullet pointed factual information. But this is more so a precursor to a video that I'm going to put together, a vlog, or a video for the vlog, should I say. And I will be showing specifically what I mean about the lies and debunking those lies. Just juxtaposing the situation. Listen, I fight all day and night. It just feels good to listen. Oh, you do? Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check you out. I feel the same way sometimes. Like, it's so many of those channels who support him. And, I don't see too many. I mean, I know they're out there, but I'm like on it too. I'm glad to know that you are also. Angela is like, yeah, those wigs. Yeah, Buku is her name, I think. Somebody needs to really get her wig game together. That's just on a side note. You want to be successful, you got to look the part, boo. But yeah, so there's a lot of information out there about these cases that we don't know as the public, and we won't know until things fold out in trial, if they get to trial. And so it's for people to come out and just say, oh, he's innocent. Oh, they're all lying. They're all hood rats. Thank you so much, Lola. They're all groupies. How in the world? How does someone logically state that? You can't. You don't have all of the information to be able to do that. So that's why I say this support comes from emotion, and that's just not credible. So, boom, there it is. Keisha saying, check out Andrea Kelly interview with Rick and Sasha. Notice in that interview when Andrea mentioned Lisa Ray's name, they wouldn't elaborate on what Andrea said. Yeah, there's a lot of that happens. People end up reeling back when they find that, the spotlight is on them and the people are listening. They don't want to be in the middle of any crossfire that might happen. So as a media person, they might even have a list of people they can't talk about. Or if this comes up, try to stay neutral. If that comes up, don't speak on it. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So I'm not surprised. There's a lot of information out there. So anybody if has questions on these cases, I'm pretty sure if you Google whatever your question is, you're going to get the information, and you can, I guess, base that against, you can look at more than one source in order to, I guess, legitimize the information. So if you're reading something and you're like, I don't know if I believe this, then look at some more sources to see if it matches up. A lot of times you're going to find, like if I find an article, which I actually put one on my Instagram last week, I think. And it was like talking about how R. Kelly's camp saw him, and somebody in his camp saw him and reported to the media that he's suicidal, and had all these things in there. A lot of it was very dark, and it was speaking to him being suicidal. But I didn't see it anywhere else, and I didn't recognize the news corporation that put it out. So with that said, I'm not going to do a video about it because it didn't seem like it was legit. I didn't see it anywhere else. So let's see. This is it. If he don't take a plea before Christmas, he'll probably get convicted for about 350 years. But he doesn't realize his lawyer and closest friends are working together to fry him. His lawyer and his closest friends. That is interesting. I've always said that. Well, if you're talking about Greenberg, I've always said that he seems to be working for the other side. He doesn't seem to be working for Sylvester at all. I don't know how people praise that man, that he's doing such a great job. I hear it all the time. Oh, he's doing such a great job. He's the best. People call him and tweet him, and he has publicly denounced these people, these fans, and these people who call this man and said, these fucking people, this is how he talks about them. Like, they're just so, they're dumb. But yet they look at him like he's a god. I don't know why. He's not even a great lawyer. He's been talked about from past partners in a negative way. He's ineffective. He's helped lose trials. He's not a good lawyer. Yeah. The Leah thing can be debunked also. That was real. I wonder what the Pissy Hive's going to say once Dominique Gardner tells her story on the upcoming docuseries in January. Hopefully they come to their senses. Honestly, I fight his fans all day. Shaborn Wilson for the last 24 hours. Oh, I don't know who Shaborn is. Thankfully. I think I saw Shaborn Wilson. Somebody sent me a screenshot of something she was saying. This case is the best, and he's doing a great job. In this case, he is the best, and I agree that he's doing a great job, and they need to keep him on the case. We're talking about Greenberg, and they need to just keep letting him be the face and all of that. And all the P-Hivers, y'all just keep fighting it up, keep kicking up that dust, and, being the reflection of your savior. I think somebody had on their IG bio that he's their prophet. He's their prophet. Goddess, you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Della. You know what? This drives me, though, because I wasn't even interested in going live today, to be honest. I was kind of just chilling out. And when someone sent me a link to one of the videos that I had played the audio for earlier, that got me a little steamed. And then to see this other YouTuber talking all these lies from the jump, out the gate of the video, he's telling lies. I can't just sit there. I'm like, okay, well, this is why I have my channel. So my cultural obligation is being fulfilled in this moment. Okay. I think when they found the 1.5 mil that hurt him. Oh, is that how much they found? I didn't see that was put in the documents, the actual amount. Very interesting. If Greenberg can't even fight in court hearings, why do they think he's going to be able to do something at trial? I have no idea. The logic isn't there for any of this. I don't see how people have confidence in him. He's so approachable. Like, I've personally called him before and spoken to him, and I've also texted and got back immediately a response with information that I asked for. He's very just open and giving with, his time and energy and information also. So his number is public. I'm just saying. He likes to be on the stand, on the grand stage. Okay. And that's, the other question I had asked was, speaking of, Grown Man Show spoke on 1.5 million that they found, which I didn't know that that was an amount that they found, but about this whole defense fund thing, because I just read something that said that R. Kelly will be the one deciding how the funds will be allocated once they're received. And I thought that they had seized all his stuff. I didn't think he would be able to, you know, get this money and actually use it for his benefit. I mean, it just seems like it's going against what's happening in real life. I don't know. If anybody wants to know who R. Kelly is, just watch Trapped in the Closet. You know, he did Trapped in the Closet while he was waiting on his trial. It was, 2005? So he was indicted in 2002. He went to trial in 2008. And he came with that in the middle of that. Regardless, Greenberg has made a name for himself. Exactly, Yulita. That's the whole point of him doing this. He jumped on this case real quick, fast, in a hurry. And probably offered to do it for free. They found it in the oath-holding accounts, I think. You know what? Grown Man Show, I did see in one of the indictments, there was a clause. It said something about, it had a 1.5 million. It said that if you're found guilty on this particular count, in this particular indictment, that we will seize this money. And it was, I think, 1.5 million. I think I did see that. All of them from Trapped in the Closet are underage girls. It's Deshaun. I have no interest in watching that, though, honestly. I really don't want to watch any of his creative stuff. Grown Man Show, the private plane trips and taxes will absorb the royalties before long. And what about the girls? How are they living? Is he supporting them also? I mean, how are they eating? How are they, you know, I understand that his condo is paid up till December, right? But I get a lot of questions about those girls. Yeah, but when the uncle's snitching, it's all good. Ah. And whose uncle? Are we talking, are we being open here? Or we're just... Okay. Wow, you got a lot of insight on this. I like it. Yes, he thinks that's going to save Per Greenberg and Nicole. Okay. Oh, Junebug. I've heard of him. They said he has a lot of June bugs in his life. But I know who you're talking about. Okay. So is that because a lot of people are talking to prosecutors or helping the prosecutors because they want to save themselves? Is this for people who were enablers? The lawyers got to get paid, right? So the lawyers, is this talking about the defense fund? Is this how they're thinking they're going to get paid? Them land fares need to be under the drill. It's all a hustle. I believe that. I definitely believe it's a hustle. I've said this before. All these people are out here money grabbing. They're like, this is money up for grabs right here. All these people out here riding for R. Kelly, and he's nowhere to be reached. They can't reach him, you know. There's only so much commissary a man can get. I mean, they said he has enough to feed himself. You know, he has enough for a lifetime already. So, of course, scammers, hustlers, you know, anybody out there for a quick buck is going to jump onto that train. The money is a hustle and the enablers are trying to save their ass. Okay. That's what I thought. I really want to see R. Kelly on the witness stand. That would be very interesting, but he don't lie. He's a liar. You think he's going to really finally just be honest about everything if he's on the stand? I'm sure he's going to be well versed in all his lies by the time that happens, if it does happen. Because I want to continue to say if it does happen. R. Kelly is a piece of shit. He's going to go to jail. All will come out. I think all has come out and is still coming out. I think what has come out is something that can be chewed on. I love Neek now. You talking about Neek at night? Because she, I think, didn't seem like she... Ooh! Well. Thank you so much. grown man show coming with it. So I don't know if you're talking about Nika at Night, but she seemed like she was not, she seemed more of a fan than not a fan, but she didn't seem to want to say anything against him. That first trial was a joke, and trial is in quotes a sincere miscarriage of justice. This is from Lola, and I agree with you. And especially after oh yeah, she hates you. Oh, that's good. That means you're doing your job, grown man. If Nika at Night hates you, you doing your job. That's great. But that first trial, Lola, is a joke. I actually have been researching because, like I said, I'm going to keep saying it because some people will keep joining. But I'm doing a video splicing together against the lies being told by these couple of YouTubers that I've been talking about and against the truth. Because it took me less than 10 minutes to find the actual evidence against what they're saying. And that's what I'm saying. Like, take the time. If you're going to have a platform and come out here and talk to people and, get people to buy into what you're saying, at least be honest. I mean, because honestly, to go back and find that people, you're just out here saying whatever feels right for you, it discredits you. And I already was looking at you side-eye from some other stuff you said, and especially being that you support Sylvester. And they had a nerve to have protect the children and some other bullshit on your page, while you support a known predator and child rapist and abuser and woman abuser in general and all of that. I'm trying to unflag. Some of these comments are getting flagged. Okay. Neek and Since Day One got beef with each other. I don't know if we can call that beef, Deshaun. Neek at Night called Since Day One out for some things that she actually probably has done, because I've seen it actually personally. I've never said that out loud, but I understood where Nika at Night was coming from. I don't know if it's necessarily beef. And maybe Since Day One was just in her own world, like she tends to, to say, and didn't realize what she was doing, but she, has a habit of doing certain things. I won't even get into that right now. But she almost quit. I haven't seen her. Oh, well, that's good. Maybe she stopped reporting on this subject, I think. I haven't seen that. I can't stand Neek. She says she's not biased, but she's one-sided. That's from A Bird with Hands for Feet, and I agree with you also. I know, it's like turn my stomach to watch her commentary. I was expecting her to come, out advocating for the women, for the girls, and yet she's actually trying to debunk the victims. And I was definitely scratching my head about that. Definitely scratching my head about that. Let's see. I want to see his ass in court, period. He's always starting to look really bad. His age is starting to really show. The real him is coming to light. All of those layers are being stripped from him, and he's being shown for who he really is. That's what this is. Pedophile Assistance, Mr. Mute R. Kelly, 97 Baby Girl 2. I follow all of them. Definitely. I keep telling you, guys, Grown Man Show is Team True 2.0. Yeah, I think people were questioning, because you talked to Gaina, right? I think that people were questioning his dealings with you, actually. I think that's what I was seeing in the chat. I found that baby mama and baby daddy. Okay, I don't know which one you're talking about, because there's that whole thing with Gaina supposedly having impregnated two of R. Kelly, the first victim, Rashana, as well as Ashanti McGee's daughter. That's the rumor. I don't know if it's true. And to be honest, is it a factor in any of this? I don't think it is. The only thing it is a factor for is to tell us what type of dude Dana J really is, if this stuff is true. That's really all that information is about. It's just really building a character of a person for us. It's helping us to determine what type of people we're dealing with. I posted the stripper pics. Where did you post these things? Do you have your own? Where do we see these things that you're posting, grown man? Where's Nia at? Nia, you gone? Or are you still here? Because I know it's late for you. Dana J is an actor. He's a bad actor. I would say just that he's a liar. He's lying because once it all comes out, he will be embarrassed. He is no legend, a disgrace. His career is over. Della says that. Team True 2.0. Okay. Oh, this is the person? Okay. Okay. Gotcha. On IG. Gotta talk to the enemy. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can do that all day. I don't know. I just feel like it could be that could be a little tricky. So just make sure, you don't give up too much. Because I know you got to give something to get something usually. If that's I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, but that's been my experience. The expectations. She said, that man can't act. I say, I'm going to tell you this. He got a lot of confidence to look the way he does. I'm going to tell you that. Because I know you guys are aware of that whole back and forth he had going on with what does he call himself? The hustler, the gangster, Mr. DJ Tyson, a.k.a. Kevin Terrell. So this guy, Dana, makes 2 whole hour and something long videos trying to blast Kevin Terrell because he found, I guess, an old Instagram page or his Instagram page with a lot of pictures and things. And he made these videos, and he had some supposed Kevin Terrell supporter on his phone in the video, and she sounded drunk, talking about she sent him $16 because he was asking her for money, and then he blocked her. He got a baby by Rashana, a baby by Sonny. I don't know R. Kelly talked to us and still standing. Okay. So yeah, so Dana and DJ Tyson going back and forth, and he says he's a hypocrite, and Dana is threatening, like he's such a oh gosh, very immature. I don't know what his deal is. I think he has some type of mental issues, to be honest. I think a lot of these people have some type of challenges out here where it's causing that thought process and the decision making to be very flawed. The Mocha Duchess. I like that name. He had the nerve to say he's affiliated with gangs and he put a hit on anyone. Tell the prosecution. LOL. Okay, right. You're talking about Dana, right? I think I heard him say that. Yeah, he said a lot of dumb shit. He just says anything. Prison all his life. Who are we talking about? Wait, hold up. Let me back this chat up a little bit. If it's factual R. Kelly got his underage cousin pregnant, you already know the Fed's on top of that. Oh, yeah. That was another thing I had also read or heard before. And I think the brother came out with that. But he said that he was molesting one of their cousins, and she ended up pregnant with the baby. There's a lot of incestual stuff happening with that, with regard to that family. And I don't think that's not an excuse for him, though, to have done the things that he has. I have brought up Tyson and Dana for a reason. I think just to say that both of them are really full of shit. I did like the fact that Kevin Terrell came out and he was like calling Dana out and Levi. He actually did some impersonations too that I thought were hilarious. But I did appreciate the fact that he did come with that. And at that time, I wasn't sure where he was coming from, because when he had that call with Angelo Clary, he tried to play neutral, I guess, so he could get more information from him. But after the fact, he was all about Kales, free Kales. So that told me right there, okay, well, he's a clown. And he recorded this man. And I have been DMing with Angelo Clary. I have his number, and there will be a time that we're going to talk. I'm not quite ready to do it yet because I feel like he's just been everywhere, and I want to have a real reason and real conversation. So, but he has opened that up. So don't be surprised when you see that headline on my channel. But nevertheless, but back to, he called him out for calling Kels Jesus, and mind you, I had done a video that says R. Kelly is not Jesus. Actually, I did a part 1 and a part 2. I think they were lives, because some of these fan YouTubers were saying, comparing him to Jesus. And I know that we're supposed to be like Jesus like, Christ like. I get that. But the comparison and the pedestal that they put Sylvester on is definitely, I'm not ready for him though. Because I would feel like I would be like, grown man said he can bring Angelo here right now. I'm not ready to talk to Angelo because I don't have my questions ready. I'll be fumbling around. Oh, okay, Mocha. So you heard those videos. Yeah, I was like, R. Kelly is not Jesus. And then homegirl on the other side with her channel, I haven't seen her in a minute either, but whatever. But she was trying to debunk me, but then she ended up having to agree with me that she was calling him Jesus. She's like, well, it is what it is. Okay, well, then I'm going to keep saying that you are not right in the head. Della said, bring him. What you want to know from him, Della? If Angelo was on the phone, what would you even ask? What questions would y'all ask him? I guess Nia must have left. I'm going to text her real quick. He on the way. He ain't. Tyson's video with Angelo was a joke. He didn't expose shit. That's what I was saying. I was confused too. Like, well, what exactly did he expose? I have questions for Angelo, says Bird. Okay, well, what's your questions? Let me see what y'all got. And then if we end up talking to him, at least I'll have something to ask him. Oh, you stepped away. Well, they talking about bringing Angelo on here, girl. And I not prepared for I don't have no questions prepared or nothing. Girl, if Dana and Tyson can interview him, you will do a million times. I know. I interview people for a living, actually. But I know I would do well. I just don't know what angle. Like, there's just so much right now happening with him, especially, too. I had DJ Tyson on 2 nights ago. I exposed him. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to watch that. Is a video up right now? It's 3:40 a.m. We are here to support. Oh, Della, thank you. The truth. Exactly. He didn't expose anything. Everything Angelo said was stuff he already said. That's how you know they don't do research. They don't know what they're talking about. She said, grown man said he's here. Okay. Angela needs to stay away from the Kel psychos. I agree. There's no point in talking to people who oppose you because they're never going to see your point. And even when they do counter you, they don't make sense. And, it becomes a waste of time. Everything Angelo has said and spoke about has been facts, and his story has never changed. Exactly. Dana Nord Tyson interviewed me. Team Truth 1000. Oh, is that you, Mr. Clary? I sent you my number. We exchanged numbers in the DM. That line is open if you want to call. Well, Goddess, you have to go with it. Well, you guys better send me some questions because I don't really know. I could just let him just speak his piece. You know what I'm saying? It looks like we got like 70 people in the room. And I know on the replay, it'll get a lot of play. Angelo, hit me up. You got look in your IG DM. I have sent you the number. I'm in LA. It's a 213 number. I DM'd it to you. Or I can call you, I guess. It's just easier for you to call me. Dana is probably a security guard at Walgreens. Okay, yeah, Dana's claiming that he's a security guard for the Tyler Perry Studios, I think he was saying. Get your questions. Okay, let me get my... So, y'all, he wants to... what questions were we asking him? Don't leave me hanging now. Y'all done egged this on telling me I'm ready. You know I like to be prepared. Okay, let's see. Oh, he said he's a bodyguard. Give me a break. Stay away from Dana. We support you. So the Mocha said we support you. So that's number one. And yeah, he is top flight. I'm waiting for some questions. Okay, so Nia wants to know, is he Dana's cousin? I think that's been told, but I'm not sure. I think he said no, but we can ask him. What else do we want to know? I know personally I do have questions about, yes, exactly, Mimi. Is he currently in touch with his daughter? We want to know if you're currently in touch with Azriel. Whether you or your wife are either of you connecting with her at all. And is there anything you can tell us about how she's doing? Because we have a lot of people who are actually concerned about her and her well-being. You are the best wingman in history. But I don't know if he's going to call. Should I call him? I think I have his number. So I don't know how we were supposed to do this. But I did send him my number before. Hopefully he has it in the conversation. Can you ask Angelo, what does he think about Greenberg's constant lies? So Greenberg. I think he had mentioned Greenberg and his lies before. I remember him mentioning that, and that he was going to come with something. So maybe we can get some exclusive information. How can we support the girls? Okay. And let's be careful. We know R. Kelly's maggots will flip the questions. Text me your number. Okay. Let me send him the number, y'all. Hold on. I don't even know the number. Hold on. Let me... Give me 2 seconds, y'all. I'm going to send him the phone number. I'm getting the wrong number. Okay. Okay, I just DM'd a number in IG. Hopefully you got that. Can you ask Angelo if he knows anything about Joycelyn Azriel possibly being subpoenaed to testify? Ooh. I mean, I guess we could ask, but I don't know if he can answer that type of question. But yeah, I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask. And if he can't answer anything, then he can just say that he can't answer. I did DM him the number. So hopefully he rings through. Let me turn this thing, make sure it's all in effect. You heard me scribbling on my little pad. I didn't want to have to. I sent it to you. Okay, let me see if I can text you, because I think you sent me yours, but you sent it to me like in pieces. Hold on, but I sent it to you. Check your DM and IG. Brand new message. Phone number. Okay, hold on, Okay, I'm gonna call this number. You said your website. My website. Okay, let me try this number, because you gave it to me and then you gave me 2 different numbers at the end. Okay, let's see if he sent the right number to me. Is this Mr. Clary?
How you doing, brother?
Is this?
Right.
Hello?
Hello? Hey,
Who this?
what's going on? What's this?
This is Goddess Dawn.
This who?
This is Goddess Dawn on YouTube.
Hey, how you doing? This is Angelo.
Okay, Angelo, what's going on? Can you guys hear him? Okay, I appreciate you calling.
No, I really don't like showing interviews until I'm comfortable. And I got robbed out, nothing but the truth all over again from old boy that think that he got an interview. We ain't gonna keep pumping him up though. You know.
No, I hear you. I think I had DM'd you about the fact that you was on live.
I'm on the interview.
You got a lot of background noise.
Yeah, I got my son and them out to dinner.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I had told them.
No, we good.
You sure? Because I had told them.
Yeah, I'm out the lobby. I'm gonna sit right here and go ahead and get it. This the thing, right? Let me tell you why I'm really going a lot of supporting pages, right? Because my analogy to some of this nut was just to kind of educate as well as fight. What I underestimated was how sick people get caught up mentally into things that has nothing to do with it. You know, and that's, to me, it's mind-blowing. And I really don't respond to a lot of things because with me, it's a fact. You know, my history, anybody do their research, you know, it's not really a game with me with this. And never been and never have been. You know, I didn't take pleasure in going after the other family or anything because that's not my thing. But we have our personal issues that had gotten away of some things, and then it just exploded. We human. That's what happened.
Right.
You know, but I stand on anything of my truth. I never was worried about anything I said to this clown because what I was mad about is there's some police really shit behind my back. I don't play wiretap. I don't play fake recording. If you record me, you could have asked me. You on the phone, represent yourself as a G. Represent yourself as a G. You have a man conversation. Have a man conversation. Don't play games like a kid, and then you put me on some live like you got exclusive. But you know, and that could have took it to a whole nother level. You know, all that shit he talking, that this and that. I don't really. That means nothing to me. I'm in Chicago. I'm in Brooklyn, New York, Flatbush, Baltimore, anywhere I need to be. You know, you got another little knucklehead running around disrespecting like crazy. I know where our information coming from. You know, and if these two individuals, male and female, that, you know, they think that I don't know where any of the hype come from, the scenarios, the theories that they trying to play to make up, thinking that this man gonna get out. It's ridiculous to me. I'm setting them up like, are they stupid? Like the scenarios that come out is mind blowing for people that don't just sit back and say, let me get out of this. Let me just talk to myself and ask this question and see if it makes sense. You know, you got people coming at me. This is my daughter in this. Rather, the internet don't work no more today. Tomorrow we have a crisis. Everything gets shut down. I'm still fighting for my daughter. Mm-hmm. That's my child in there. That's my baby girl. You know, these motherfuckers then got so disrespectful. They wish death upon my daughter. She hope they kill herself. Hope they never come home. Hope this, hope that. That shit to me is crazy. Who go to something that they don't know my daughter? They don't know me. They don't even know this the goddamn predator personally. But then they got so much shit to say and so much death and shit to wish upon. It makes no sense to me. Like, it to me, like, the ignorance that's going on in this shit is ridiculous. But they not hurting me. I'm built for this shit. So what they doing is hurting themselves because they making it harder on him. They making this one really go all the way 1,000 on him. They not getting no solution. They running around trying to set up the parents and think somebody lying. See, one thing about me, It's easier for me to speak my truth than tell a lie. I ain't got to remember nothing. It's the truth. It's my truth. Everything Kevin heard was my truth. The people I spoke on was the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Only one I apologetic to was Dana, and I'm gonna get into that. I see a lot of people about Dana, but I'm gonna tell y'all the relationship between me and Dana. I'm gonna give y'all that because he deserved that.
Okay.
You know, so I'm gonna let you ask the question. I just want to give you my skill first and tell y'all what it is to go through. Don't nobody know what I go through. You know, you got this little dumb little young girl out in Brooklyn that I'm big in. She better ask around in Flatbush, Wilson, and anywhere else around there who I am in Brooklyn. Before you set to let somebody pump you up who you probably don't even know, telling you an ear full of bullshit and letting you repeat it. What she should have did was took that Brooklyn tone and told them, hey, let me see you get on there with me and say, it's a reason why the people who facilitated you the lies didn't say it themselves. She never talked to me on no phone. I never talked to no Lisa Van Allen boyfriend. Me, I've never been into nothing, no more than a casual conversation when we was in at an event together. I don't even talk to Ashanti. That's how much she lie and don't know what the hell she's talking about. Ashanti don't even come up on my radar. I stand firm what I said from the beginning. I don't deal with Ashanti. I think she's a liar. I think that the shit that she did. And let me tell you my beef with her. My beef with her since she got on the radio station and said that she watched my daughter do a foul act to R. Kelly, and she was there. She knew my daughter was 17. That's what I have a problem with. I talked to Ashanti myself, and Ashanti never, ever said she saw my daughter but one time in the presence of this man that was at a hotel in the courtyard. And she only glanced at it as she was getting sent to the, as she was going to the car. She didn't say nothing to my daughter, nothing. And then when you start getting credibility and some interviews, you start adding my daughter. If you notice, everybody who starts adding my daughter, that's their new thing. They either add me or my daughter. Through all this mess, they either say me or my daughter. But then they say, I'm clout chasing. What would I have to clout chase? I'm chasing my child.
Right.
What's that? Simple as that. I don't know where people get in it. And everybody keeps saying they genius, they this, they gangsta, they thugs. How would you this? Because where I'm from and how I grew up, we mind our business. We pick up the phone, we call, yo, what's going on, this and that. That's how we deal with that. That's how we deal with that. This young girl here, she was out her league talking about she talked to me. Way out of her league. Like that's like to me, like how deranged can you be? What they gave you a $50 cash app? You would have made more money. Called me up and saying, hey, or reaching out to me saying, hey, can you call me? Somebody trying to do something messed up and I wanted to run it by. And I probably would have gave you double the amount that they gave you.
Mm.
I know where the information comes from. I know the petty two people that they're going to get exposed again, because they've been being exposed. And I keep playing with one of them because I kind of was sympathetic to one for her situation, but it ain't no more. I'm going to leave my hands out of it, and she won't get exactly what she wants, since they want to keep playing these little games, trying to fight for R. Kelly for no reason. You're fighting for a man that created all this havoc for himself.
Right.
Nobody helped him. Now, I don't have nothing to do with the people who helped him continue his shit. That's their problem. I have nothing to do with that. But what I do have a problem with is the ones that sit there and play the role like they don't understand that it's this and it's that. No, this man did this himself. Nobody got these unapologetic feeling or pleasure but him. If you take me out of it, take my daughter out of it, take the savages out of it, guess what? You will not have R. Kelly still being released. He's going to still stand trial and have to face the last 20-something years of shit he's done. They keep
Exactly.
making it like it's this, that, and other. I'm not a character witness against them or none of that shit. So them coming at me means nothing to me. But what I am worried about is my daughter being in this web with these scumbag ass lawyers, and everybody else is pumping her up like Ross needs her so bad to facilitate money to make these decisions, and all they doing is robbing them blind and trying to figure out a way to rob them blind.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all they want to do. And anybody can't see that, they crazy. This is not about anything else. My daughter's not home or persuaded to come home for a reason. For a reason. And that's another reason that got him in the situation he in right now. And he's still doing the same thing. But this is how idiotic these people are, and they're presenting to him. So and then I heard you, and I heard you clear when you said, why do I keep talking to them? I talk to certain individuals that's around them because I always want to protect my child.
Mm-hmm.
She's still in Chicago. I'm not there enough, but I do go back and forth anytime. Like I was there last week, and I will be up there again next week. So, some of these people that just talk, they just talk. They just talk.
And that was
they got an answer to that.
And that was one of the questions.
Walk in their city for the things that they did, and he's gonna have to answer for the little why shit he did. He gotta walk through his city there. They gonna check him for that. I ain't gonna have to check him. You can't present yourself a certain way and think it's cool, and that's how it's gonna be, because that's not going down like that at all.
Well, that was one of the questions, actually, not to interrupt, but people are very concerned, as myself, about your daughter, and they're wondering if you're actually in contact with her. You said you've been to Chicago, and you go to Chicago. Do you actually visit her or have interaction? Is she, is there any insight you can give us on her well-being?
I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not, only reason I'm not going to go in that, because I know these cornballs on the other side is listening and always trying to figure out a way to distance something. So I will say that I'm in tune to what's going on with her and her whereabouts, and I won't go into too much, but they are okay.
Okay, and, good.
I wish I could know more, and I wish I could see them, and I wish I could do a lot of them. But at this moment, I do have enough people around them and enough information through who she deals with. Yeah. That's just, all right, I love you, sir. You'll be around early in the morning when my sister Miles there to pick you up so we can eat breakfast and stuff, then we're going to talk. I love you, guys. Drive safe, nephew, and call me when you're on the way back to the house. All right. I love you. All right. Shut up. So I'm on the interview. So after this, well, what you asked me, I'm sorry, my son and all that. What
that's okay. Well, you were talking about
my daughter.
Yeah.
So my daughter got like this right now. I'm with my oldest kid. We in a city right now. Just enjoying us. My nephew. You know what I mean? Angelo had brothers, 30 years old, close knit, older brother. That's about 18 months older than her. That's very tight. Like, we don't play no game. We're very tight knit.
Okay.
I'm sitting here with my 3 granddaughters, and going to see the rest of them tomorrow. And I'm gonna share some things with the world on my page to kind of let them know that we move on, but we don't leave nobody. So as we'll never be left to deal with anything alone in this situation. I'm always stand by my daughter, and I'm gonna stand firm by my daughter.
It sounds like you have a lot of love and support.
Come out with the lies, none of that shit they trying to play and make it. That means nothing to me. That don't even hurt me. Get under my skin at all. But what I do want is the amount of people to understand. If you got questions, and let me give y'all Team Truth. Team Truth 1000 is my business page, and everything that I do is for abused children and young kids that been abused, sexually assaulted, abused in any type of way. And this goes for older women that had to keep the secret of a predator that never had a platform to come out. This ain't for the YouTube. This, I'm bringing it to life. This is way bigger than just a story that I hit. You know, this. I don't need your story to go on IG for no views or YouTube. I'm going bigger than this. So what I'm doing is, that's my website I put on your page. That's www.king-truth.com. You know, that's what y'all want to support. That's what you support. I don't promote it, because if your heart there and this is what you see yourself helping out with, then that's fine, don't it? I'm not pledging, hey, I need none of that, because they have misconstrued this situation so bad that people that want help is scared to even still speak up because of these people, how abusive they are right now of a family that's fighting for their child.
Yeah.
So imagine them to speak out. They'll get annihilated because they spoke out on somebody else. All of them that take up for that guy and sit there and fight the way they do. And then they try to make it like, oh, this is another black man. This can happen to every black man. No, it can't happen to every black man, because it won't happen to Angelo Clary, because I don't mess with kids.
Right. Exactly.
So don't put everybody in that category. He have a preference for children.
Right.
And that's something that he does on his own. I don't want to hear nothing about being molested. You got a lot of people that have been molested in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That don't make them a molester.
Mm-hmm.
That's a choice. Stop being a man that can have any type of woman he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And just like I told this dude, this clown, when he thought he had something, he could switch the words all he wants. But at the end of the day, my words and my stories don't change. Like I told him, you have these, I don't care how old my daughter could be, 39 right now. We still going to talk about how my daughter got there with him. And that's the violation.
Exactly. Right.
She wasn't there at 21. She was there at 17. It was business. He didn't do shit for me. What's just the crazy part? They say I'm set him up. Set him up for what? I had not one deal with this guy, with no transactions, with nothing, ever talked about money besides me need to pay him for something that he supposed to did for my daughter. So where's the setup at? Like, these people is idiots. What would I wait for a year to come at him and say, I'm going to set you up? That's the stupidest shit in the world.
That's what we were questioning.
If it wasn't business, God, this what I'm telling you. If it wasn't business, do you think I would have agreed to have somebody to watch over my daughter until she was 18, and with her last 90 days left? If it wasn't a working relationship or anything going on,
right?
Like, why would I? With this is what they don't understand. My daughter was 18 in 90 days. So if it wasn't legit business, why would I sign anything? He would just waited it out and did what he wanted to do. It made no sense. Like these people don't. It's common sense with everything. He didn't come at me. He was going at the Savage family hard. He never went at me. You know why he didn't come at me? Because he didn't never want Azrael exposed. Tell me this, all of them that follow, who was Azrael until the documentary? Who was Azrael? Somebody show you a picture of who was Azrael before the documentary.
Yeah.
He kept my daughter hidden because I was chasing hard on my child to try to get my daughter.
I will admit your daughter is the reason that actually started my channel. Like, my concern, the concern that I had for your daughter is the reason my channel was ever started this January, I will have to admit. And I didn't realize that was why she was such a mystery. So you're saying that he was hiding her away because you were coming after him real hard, real tough.
I was coming at him before the documentary, before everything. And every weekend go to text messages, we can go to anything. The same stuff, that everything that they have that people not talking about is proven. Do you think if the parents did something foul, you think the parents wouldn't be locked up?
Right.
You think they would have just locked him up and then come get the parents later? No, they're going to lock everybody ass up because they seen foul play with the parents.
So we can say that you've been cleared. You're not like under any watch, or like they've already talked and probably vetted you through all the stuff, right?
And they probably whatever they needed to get from us, it was about my daughter.
Right.
It was things they already got. We didn't need to say much. His team gave him up. So they need to stop acting like they don't know who to blame. They trying to paint a picture to do nothing but make a whole different scenario to try to make a bunch of internet smoke to allude people to feed over there. But let me explain something to you. And they tell me, I'm bragging. Who in the hell would brag about having to go to prison? Is they stupid? My life was just fine before I went. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to lose anything or do this and lose time away from my kids and none of that. That was a choice I made to do what I did, and that was a penalty I had to pay. So guess what? I paid it. So when I'm telling them that, when I speak on that, it's speak on it because I'm trying to tell you to educate them dummies over there on how the federal government works. For one, they ain't paying attention to shit that's on this internet. They go by 100% proven facts, or at least they're 100% proven facts. And they can't even get you until they run your ass through an indictment or this and that. And if they don't know what that is, that's a grand jury to get.
Right.
A federal grand jury.
And I went through that.
Has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
They ain't never been down, pulled down there. They had enough from the shit between him and my daughter. Mm-hmm. They didn't need shit from me. They need nothing from me. Not one thing. You understand what I'm saying? All they asked us for is the shit that came once we had the dick. Once I found out my own proof that he violated my daughter at 17.
Mm-hmm.
They can paint all the pictures they want. Then they keep saying, well, the girl's fast, the girl's this. How stupid can a grown-ass man or woman be to justify a child being sleeping with a man? I don't care who it is. Mm-hmm. I don't care what level of celebrity they are on. It's up to that man to take his penis and penetrate that child. Period.
Absolutely.
He ain't come at him, ain't put no gun to him, ain't have a knife in his throat, and ain't rape him. All this is something that he chose to do.
Yeah, he's a child molester.
And then to tell him
he's
to
been
keep it
doing
from
it.
your parents, that wasn't nothing from her.
I said he's been doing that.
That was called prepping her.
Right.
And it's fine. It's fine because I have to deal with my child and trying to get my child attention right now. You know, I'm trying to get my daughter attention now so that she can get away from this way. But what they doing is adding a whole bunch of conflict and confusion. That means nothing to me at all. Nothing at all. You know, I'm just tripping on the desperate approach that so many of us do to try to get their name out, their channels up, this, that. I don't play them type of games. Mm-hmm. If I move, I move. If I don't move, I don't move. Because I'm doing something as a father to get my child. So that at that time, I can't do something I said, okay, I'm going to do, or this and that. I speak highly of certain individuals, and I speak direct to certain individuals. I don't add people in this. I apologize to one going back and forth with some of the bloggers because y'all only getting y'all money, whether it's on our side or on the other side.
Not on my side.
I had to sit back and look at dude as frustrated as I was. He got to pay for that violation. He's going to pay for it in his own system. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I had to look at it on the business end. Damn, he got it. The dude come at me like a certain way. You go at Dana like you a gorilla, but you come at me like a little pumpkin, and then you act like you have a conversation, but you record.
Yeah.
So, okay, you got it. But now you got the answer to that in your system. Not me. Because because I ain't give you nothing but the truth that I would have said anyway. If you asked me and you was recording it anyway, I would have said the same damn thing.
Yeah. What was all this that I exposed
So
him?
nothing.
What did he supposedly expose you
What
for?
he thought he had was nothing but what I said over and over. He could break it down, play the word down, all he wants. Only ignorant people would follow that.
Right.
Because me, I'm going to say, well, damn, I got to hear where that came from. What part led up to that? You can't get me with just that. And that's what I'm going to need more. But these people, man, all they doing is working the way they working to get whatever they need to try to, the small increments to try to make it look like, oh, he lying, oh, he this, oh, he that. I'm not having to show up in here in court. So rather I don't say anything else on the internet. You don't see me no more, that's fine. It won't stop his fate. He's going to answer to what the shit he did. He got to answer to them, not to me, not to nobody on this internet, but he got to tell the truth. He owed the truth to my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
He owed the truth to that other young lady, Joy. And it all will come out. And it just shows you how sick he is to keep his lie and deceitful ways to the parents and this and that, just to keep them controlled.
And is that...
Everybody say they this and that. You're a blogger? How many pictures you got of these girls out besides the one that they had at H&M that I set out there on my live and told somebody to get? I mean, more times they seen them driving down the street. Everybody's stopping on those Kelly cars. Why don't I see my daughter that
It's
much?
real quiet right now.
Driving around the street. All that was just fake. Yeah.
So you have mentioned Greenberg initially about Greenberg.
You know, and I know if you mess with somebody of status, you're going to be easy picking. A case this big, you think paparazzi wouldn't be getting the pictures of them?
So can I ask you about Greenberg? Because you had mentioned before about Greenberg possibly being behind them. Behind them.
These girls is still in the same predicament, and that's what it is. And, you know, they don't see it. And the only thing they did was cleverly use a young mind and played on it. And now they plan on it like she's their only hope. My daughter's their only hope to get out. This and that. Oh, you need to do this. You need to do that. Tell the girls, go do this. Go do that. You know, and that's where you see them. They ready to work and all this and get contracts to pay his legal fees. Listen to that. What young kid? Didn't you just get on Gail Kane and said you didn't want to sing, but you ready to go start your career and do this and do that? It makes no sense. Like, I don't have to go back to it. I love my child. My daughter gonna come out okay regardless. Only thing she got to do, as soon as she wake up, is call her dad or her mom. We coming.
Mm-hmm.
And she gonna be filled with love, happiness, and enough time for her to get herself on her feet. You know.
Well,
now, you know, y'all can ask several questions.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first and foremost, everybody wanted me to let you know that we support you. We're praying for you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, wait, hold on.
Hello?
Shit. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So, everybody first and foremost wants you to know that you are supported. We support you. We're praying for you, and we do have sincere concern for your daughters, your situation. So this is, I guess you consider a safe for you. And there were a couple of questions in the chat. So one of the questions you answered, which was whether or not you were in touch with Azriel. And if you missed that, you can go on the replay. The other question people wanted to know was about Greenberg and his lies. Like, do you have any thing to say? People are questioning Greenberg, I guess, where he's really coming from. Do you have any insight on that?
You know, all they got to do, I'm going to tell them go to DJ Block Bender. He put out, I think he pulled it down now, but he had an interesting audio between Dana and Cash Howard talking about Don Russell.
He took that one down. I think it got reported. I think Dana claimed that he got it taken down.
It came down. I don't think it was reported, but you know that
in the right hands with me. So,
okay.
it plays a major part of what's going on, and that's between, where all this stuff towards Angelo come at, and it makes a lot of sense. Don always played one way, but, he played the back seat, and I had my time to entangle with him, so he trying to paint this stupid-ass narrative that somebody set dude up when it was all supposed to be all about a man that tries to get back a family and reconcile a family back, two families back together. But see, these dudes is so caught up in whatever they got going on about dudes that they don't know how to focus on doing the right thing, and still you're going to be looked at as a hero in there. But they so ignorant, they don't look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
They so greedy that they think they can take and do this. They ain't did nothing yet. And all they did was made a bigger mess. A bigger mess, a bigger mess, a bigger mess. That's it.
They're saying the video's up. So the video is up. Okay. So that's good to know. I'm going to have to check out that audio, because while I was watching it, it went private.
Towards the end, I would go straight into it and get to it. And, and this is what they don't understand. Black men and all them broke it down to this guy, and they stand firm with Kelly. But men can talk, agree, and disagree. They can fight for him, but it's the way you fight for him. If we fighting to give each other knowledge, to try to get an understanding, or maybe this don't make sense, and we back and forth with them, that's okay with me. That's okay with me. Because it could be something that's going on with somebody that's fighting with me that I don't know that they really do know. Mm-hmm. And they got facts about it, and I have to look at them in a certain manner. And vice versa. Dana came to play through Tim, like I said, and Dana and us had some of the same family and people that's very, very close, and family we wind up that's related.
So that was the other question. He's your cousin?
Yeah,
or
Dana would be down the line, he'd be family. And,
is this like Levi and Kelly family type thing? Because people are saying he's a distant cousin too of homeboy.
Yeah, I mean, we from there where when you dig up things, you find out things.
Okay.
But for the record is, it didn't matter if a person is my family or not. What I'm saying to him is, I respect Dana's loyalty to this guy. He didn't play dirty. I've talked to him a million times. I tell him when, dude, I think you over the line with certain things. I put out a lot of fires that Dana had with so many different people. They'll call me up. Hey, I seen you talk to him. He disrespected me. Other bloggers, everything. I had Dana pull back on bloggers, apologize, everything. That don't make Dana my man. That's somebody respecting another man to actually do the right thing. Because at the end of the day, that's my daughter I'm fighting for, and you're fighting for a guy who's not your child. That's a man.
Right.
So you can't lose yourself as a man to fight somebody. And that's what the back checks and balance was with me and him. And Dana respects that, and Dana fights wholeheartedly for this guy. Wholeheartedly for this guy. And then go back and forward all the time for this. It's weird. It's different, but me, I am an open-minded individual that's seeking nothing but the truth. And I got that. If you're willing to go back and forth and talk about what makes you stand so firm, then I want to hear it. Because maybe it's something I'm missing. But I gave them the chance to show that, and they can't show it. Right. They can't show the good things he did. They can't show the donation to the kids center. They can't show he shoot basketball. They can't show me 3-4 basketball courts that R. Kelly supported and recreation centers he opened up in Chicago that's needed. Mm-hmm. You had all the money in the world. How can you go back? How can the city fight so hard for you? You ain't this shit for. That's crazy to me. Yeah. That makes no sense to me. Your legacy is what you do. And the people that you change off of music, then all of them need to be checked in. All of them need to be checked in. Like, for real, it makes no sense to me.
Well, I'm with you. I've been waiting to hear something that I could actually say, okay, that makes sense. None of it makes sense. And I don't understand the people who support him so vigorously, who don't know him at all. They devote a whole channel. I don't get that either.
They devote their whole livelihood.
Yeah.
Because just like we found out recently, it just come to me in my inbox today that, hey, Shorty is right around your stomping grounds. I'm like, wow. And she on there talking reckless like this, not knowing how close people are to you. And you sit there and think you're a million miles away when you right here, arm length, and you running your mouth on something you have no clue about. You're disrespecting people like you're a gangster. You run around talking about slapping and doing this. And picture that. Picture that. When you need to go down the block, a few more blocks in that Flatbush area, and ask who's who and who dude really is before you jump on the internet and have your whole situation turned upside down for nothing. For words, because you want to get some views. And I don't say her name, none of that, because I refuse to give her little 70-something likes or whatever she got of a few followers, any views at all. But there's another situation when you got queens, you got kings, you got people really bending all their own rules to be a part of this. Like, they can't even get on the phone in their own household. You know what I'm saying? They got to keep going to the cars and this and that.
Oh,
they
yeah.
ain't living right.
Yeah.
I do mine any way I want to do it. Because I'm comfortable in my space, and my space will represent me. It just don't make no sense, man. It's like, I don't even know these people. Then you got people that bold-faced lie. They talk to me. They got them call. Hey, you sound stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's so idiotic to me. And you know why they won't release whatever recording? Because it only records that could possibly be anything. Would be me when I was speaking with Don Russ but don't nobody want to. He don't want to go that route because he know what I know about him from the start. Well, we disclosed about him before. Like, we're not gonna play this dumb game, back and forth kid game. That's kid stuff. This is my child in the middle of this.
Right.
This ain't about Angelo Clary. It's about Ashley Osborne and R. Kelly, Joy Sadden, and the Savage family. That's who left in this fight. Now, rather me being mad with them, I don't ask everybody to go at them. I never asked any of my followers to say nothing to them. I went at them on my live myself. I don't need support. I didn't want nobody into this nasty stuff because this was something I needed to get to them because it was other means that they blocked me from, and that's how I had to trust. I went back. I apologized for some of the harsh things I said because that's not in me. But when a man can only take so much when you get stabbed and stabbed and stabbed behind your back, you're going to eventually snap. And I'm human. But I am a man that will go back, a king that will go back and apologize to anybody that I've done wrong to.
Mm-hmm.
But some people still got growth that they can't. And that's on them. That's what they got to deal with. That's something between them and they God. Me, I'm okay. And I want to clear something up about, another narrative about, I went to Farrakhan. I never went to Farrakhan to them about anything. That was people, men, that was around there. I'm a Sunni Muslim. Not in the Nation of Islam, and no disrespect to them. I love the nation. I respect them, but I'm a Sunni Muslim. That was people that respected a man and a father in the situation, and it was in their city, so it was brought to them. I never even understood what happened even in the situation with them. I don't need nobody that ain't going to take accountability in their own city themselves to speak up for me. Mm-hmm. That's not their fight. If they say that's not their fight, I can't force them on. This is my fight, they're my fight, and always have been my fight. That's my child. Not nobody else. Not nobody else. So it's like I tell you, it's going to be a little bit more mess to come because these people that spreading all these lies and rumors and pumping these people up for this little bit of change, you know, and jeopardizing their whole livelihood to put them back on display while they sit back and laugh to see the response, to see how bad they got ate up on the internet or if something else transpired. That's the dumb shit. They playing with people's livelihood for their own humorous reasons and keeping everybody focused on what the real problem is with these dudes that are ratted on. This whole thing is all them dudes that sit there with all that mess getting started. A lot of them, they dealing with themselves going down to the grandchildren. They need to be questioning each other what y'all went down there and said. And that's what they need to be worried about. It's an inner core that they need to fight with. Because all that's coming from inside.
Mm-hmm.
All they got to do is read that and say, well, damn, how they know all this? Well, where this come about? You're going to pitch, the picture going to start painting itself. Look at the lawyers. Look at everybody everywhere. They ain't said one valid thing yet. Then they say, oh, man, listen to Don Russell talk about all the lawyers. Listen to it. They all let it all be known. They're selfish. We ain't got to do nothing. They know the problem lies within themselves because they're the ones that's going to give him all the time that he's going to get. It's going to come from his own team.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why they did him like that? Because he treated them like shit.
Right.
He screwed half of their girls. He treated them like shit. He embarrassed them. You know, Don himself got a thing where, you know, I heard that he opened the door up one time and this man chewed him out in front of everybody like he was a 9-year-old child. Chastised him like every which way. So you think men don't build up all that animosity? You think a man don't stay silent until it's his time to get you back?
Right.
You can't treat people like that. Especially people that sitting there trying to feel like they doing their job the best of their ability and trying to look out for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, each one of them has some such type of sincerity with their approach. But I do believe that they also tired of how this man treated them. And they won't speak up because I know it'll be an embarrassment, and they don't want to be the ones that fall. So they whisper in them grand jury hearings. And that's fine. But the difference is, don't sit here and play like everybody else the problem, because we ain't the problem.
Right.
We never was the problem.
Well, all my people saying don't fight with the P-hive. We call them the P-hive. Don't deal with them. Like they just feel like you're wasting. You know, why would you even engage with people who are against your whole movement, your cause, your daughter, your you know, it's not beneficial for you to do that. I think I messaged you about energy, like getting that energy cleansed and getting you, you know, working on that spiritual.
Absolutely right.
You know.
Y'all absolutely right, and that's why I would state, you know, just the thing, what I learned though, even if we build 3, 4, and Tasha K stay firm with a lot of things for a long time, but even if we built our own YouTube and we kept it here, right, we will always find ourselves with somebody betraying us and running the information to keep things going. And that's one thing I know off of a group that we had, and people was just, it's this like this. Okay, when you get level ground with things, people get bored. They like, oh, now I ain't joining up for this. So now they start thinking, and then they start thinking, well, we need to start something. We need the gossip going. Ain't nothing happening. And then next thing you know, you got an inner mess going on. You're trying to figure out who started. It's the same messy ass people that came only for the gossip.
Mm-hmm.
So when the gossip's out, they got started. So we never safe on no platform. That's why we gotta be careful. What we say and what we do, because somebody's gonna take it. Somebody's going to twist it. Somebody's going to go over there and say, oh, this and that. And that's what they do.
Yeah. You're right.
And the bad part is we eat it up because I don't give them no views. I don't go on the DJ Wire DJ Wiretap or Page, but none of that. I never watch his videos, none of that.
DJ Wiretap. You said DJ Wiretap?
Yeah, that's what I call him.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so, we won't speak his name.
Right.
And,
Okay.
other little idiots that want to be, jumping out there, won't speak her name, because what I'm saying is, like, they only relevant when you speak them.
Right. Exactly.
Leave them. Let's leave them irrelevant.
Yeah, I agree.
They can't hurt me because I stand on my truth. They disrespect, let them, because anybody with common sense would say, whoa, that may be a little bit more than what I would sign up for. I'm not going to disrespect nobody to that level, because this can go another way. And that's what people just get, where I would say, like, listen, baby girl, look, no, you don't need to say that about these people. Certain things you just don't need to say. Don't say that about these people. I would take that back. And that's me looking out for them. You know what I mean? But they don't care. All they looking for is more and more gossip.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't care. At any expense, they don't care. If they got to sacrifice whatever they got to sacrifice, they're going to keep sacrificing it. They just don't care. And that's the sad part. So when it's getting this dangerous, when people are sacrificing people to get themselves in really, really bad trouble, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got to ask yourself, damn, is this even worth being a part of anymore? And I don't want to be responsible for nothing. And I don't want nobody to try to make it look like, oh, as though to this, as though, no, I ain't do anything. I don't have fake pages. I don't run around with fake pages. The same way you say something, you say, oh, that's Team Truth 1000. Right behind that was my name. Hey, that's Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
I do not play. I enter people. If I comment on your YouTube, I put that on there first. I let you know it's me, and then I'll say my comment.
Mm-hmm.
I have my page. You hit my page, I answer you back. This and that. That's what I do. I'm not gonna run. I don't have the time to sit around and play this back and forward game for everybody and think that's okay or that's cool. That's not cool.
Well, I know you be on Twitter. You be on Twitter strong.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I actually, honestly, I just learned how to even look at the comments they going to know to scroll up to find out what the comment was from.
Oh yeah, the thread.
I couldn't even figure out, where the thread was at. So, like the Twitter, I'm getting ready to get off. The Twitter was just me interacting there because I could post something out my pictures and that's it. But that's their habit over there.
Oh yeah, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Twitter, that's where it's going down.
I know nothing about that.
Yeah.
And I go back and forth with a few of them, and a few of them kind of stop once we go back and forward, try to get understanding, because I sit there all day, because if I'm not doing nothing, I'm working. And when I say doing nothing, I mean doing nothing that can that I don't have to pay too much attention to on my business end, but I can sit there and play back and forward on this Twitter. So when they ask me a dumb question, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I try to break it down. I try to talk to them. But when you just want to be ignorant about everything, you just waste my time. And me, I'm just ready to get off. All of them ready to get off of Twitter and all this to kind of chill, because I got a lot of great things going with Team Truth, and it's coming real fast, and that's what I'm focusing on. We focus on a lot of black women and a lot of stories that people that have been through, and trying to bring that shit to light. All that other stuff, I got to stay away from that, because they not doing nothing, and they making every one of these young women that been abused feel like they need to stay quiet,
right,
accept it, and move on. Look at the shit the Clary's going through. I opened up Twitter. Look at what they saying. If I open my mouth up, they're going to demolish me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they don't understand that. Like, you doing all this for God, that if by the grace of God that he get out, that man probably would run so far away from the world, it won't be funny. He will isolate himself away from everybody he knows if he ever get out. That's the crazy part.
They
Yeah.
really believe that he is this. You wasn't with him before he left. What would make you think all of a sudden you with him now?
Is that why you think a lot of these people are supporting him right now to actually meet him eventually or become? It doesn't make sense at all to me.
I don't know. I'm with you with that. Like, that's a question I can't answer.
Well, you need to
What
stay
I'm
away from
telling
these
you is,
people.
I
And,
am. But
yeah.
it's two that we gonna really highlight because one is a female that thinks she got away, that she play all these little games, and her truth is bound to really get ready hit, and I hold that key, and I spared her because she been through some things. I want always seen her try to do right, but people have been intertwined in this Kelly thing so bad that they really, I'm telling you, I've never seen this. Like, they're losing everything they got to be a part of this. Like, this is crazy to me.
I'm sure. I can't imagine being in your shoes. I can't imagine being in your shoes. I personally can't imagine being in your shoes. And these men who are out here trying to trap and catch, expose, whatever they're trying to do, wouldn't be able to handle it if they were in your shoes. They probably wouldn't even be as invested, from what I can tell, as these characters they have aren't, to me, people who would ride for their daughter the way you're doing. So we applaud you for, you know, the work you're doing to stand up for your daughter and continue fighting. And we're here. You got a safe zone right here for sure. You know, we support you fully. And
I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
and how can we support? Is there anything, that was another question someone had, is there anything we can do, or what do you suggest we do?
Listen, I'm telling you, everything we do is for the things that I do to make sure my daughter's safe. I don't go and tour them. And I do move around a lot, and I do set up certain things around them girls to make sure they're good. But I also move in the light to let them see how much we working on saving lives, so that they can be comfortable when they come home enough to seek the help that they need.
Mm-hmm.
I figure if we help enough people that held different similar situations that been through them, and we get them to speaking out, then my daughter would want to come home and stand firm to her truth. Joey would want to come home now and stand up for her truth, because it's got to be past the point of this, of me just sitting around. I got to do something. So
Right.
if I can help another young lady that helps me deal with this every day.
Okay.
So every day I'm on the phone with somebody and I'm meeting somebody and we're taping or we're doing this, we're doing that. That's my relief to say, you know what, this may be hell, but this one situation right here is worth it. This right here is this small relief right here is worth it, because this is what changed my life. This is the path that I'm on now, and that's to save many of these young ladies from this darkness that they had to create to keep somebody's secret, and they shouldn't have to hinder their life. And let's go for males and females, hinder their life to keep somebody's secret that took advantage of. And that's just what it is. You took advantage of a situation.
Oh, absolutely.
And in the process, that's what it is. And so many people have to hold these secrets. So all I'm saying is that's what my focus is. So to help, you could donate, you could buy a T-shirt, with anything over $25. I send everybody T-shirts.
Okay.
I send them out immediately. I don't wait for a certain day. I send them out. And all I ask you is, if anybody want to do it, you get your receipts, you get everything.
Okay.
When your shirts go in the mail, you get your tracking, everything. We don't play no games, man. All we ask is support Team Truth. And it's again www.team-truth.com.
Okay. Well, I'll put that in the description, and I'll post that also on my Instagram. We got to keep R. Kelly down in the chat and saying to report the Twitter and the other pages that are doing the slandering, which I do want to put out there also, you guys, I'm going to put all the information we need in the description of this, and I'm going to also post on my IG, and it'll go on Twitter. So we can all be on the same page and all help support Mr. Clary in his fight for his daughter, and to also keep our foot on this molester's neck. We got to keep our foot on his neck, because we got all these people out here with these lies, and I'm here to help debunk the lies that these other people are telling on their platforms. People are just eating that stuff up, and we can't have the narratives running that aren't true, because it could affect, we don't know who's going to end up on these juries. We need to make sure that the real information, Team Truth, is out there, and that's why I'm here, and that's why Mr. Clary's doing what he's doing, and people who criticize him need to sit down. Whatever your reasons are, he has a daughter, and that is his daughter, and that is his business, and how he's fighting for his daughter. So, any negativity going his way needs to go the other way. So I just wanted to make sure to put that out there.
Appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it, and I'm open. I'm open. Anytime you need to call, you talked to my peoples earlier. And, he a little ruthless than me,
Grown man show.
He can go off the chain, but me, I have to maintain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then people, they'll say something to him and then reflect back to me and say this and that. And I'm like, listen, you want to ask me something, say Angelo. And then you'll get your answer.
Mm-hmm.
But don't assume and put things together, because he a grown man. He can definitely handle himself, and he's going to speak the way he's going to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a different direction. I have to maintain certain things, because at the end of the day, I also have a child here. I also want to bring the queens out of so many women. I don't want women to look around and say, oh, he's disrespectful, but at a point where, I got one now that's completely out of order. And I still haven't called them out of order. I mean, called them out their name or anything, because I have to try to keep a certain amount of composure, because at the end of the day, I'm still fighting for young queens to come home. And I'm fighting for young queens that's hurting to open up. And I think most of the people that I broke from the other side and became friends, and I talked to a few of them, they all come from a background of abuse, believe it or not. And that's the crazy part. They fighting for a guy accused of the things that happened to them.
Right.
That's the crazy part.
Mm.
Like, that's the psychological part of this that people don't know. And I've talked to the most of them. And I promise you, at the end of all that rage, when they hit me in that DM or they call me, they have been in the same predicament.
Mm.
And after that, I don't even know what to say, because I'm like, I want to say, well, why in the hell would you be fighting for him?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a pattern of it.
Yeah, exactly. There's some type of psychology that goes along with that type of trauma. And, this is what is the answer to people who say, well, he's in jail now, they can just go get their daughters. It doesn't necessarily, it's not that easy. It's not just, they're grown now. I mean, yeah.
Once you've been somewhere being abused, just like I tell them, it's a simple scenario. Ask your cousin, ask your mother, ask your aunt, ask your friend, ask your whoever in your family that you watch go through abuse. And we ain't going to act like we didn't come from that.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't going to act like we didn't witness that. And guess what? Everybody in their head or voice their opinion and say, leave them. 20 years later, they still together.
Right.
10 years later, they still together. You know why? Because abuse is not that easy to leave. It don't mean she loved him. It means she never understood how to get away from the abuse. So I'm not saying that when people say, oh, abuse, oh, this and that, do they understand that abuse has so many different categories under it? So instead of them answering intelligent questions, say, well, Angelo, what type of abuse? Then I can tell you what I had the pleasure to unravel and find out what type of abuse that I think my daughter been through. But I know she's been through mental trauma and abuse.
Mm.
drama is from the lies.
Mm-hmm.
And when she finally get the truth out of him, as the door's closed, then she gonna realize what have I done?
Someone did want me to ask you about her interview. I guess the Gayle King, the things that she said that I guess came from him about you.
Exactly.
So I think I think the question was just how do you feel about that, and then her Snapchat or whatever. I know you went on your own page and you talked about it.
Yeah, I felt like this me. The interview I know was staged, but my daughter was doing it with pain.
Mm.
Why would you be that angry?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you be this mad at your parents, or could you have been that mad at the fact that you had to humiliate your parents, and it was killing you doing the interview because you knew what you was doing to your parents?
Right.
See, we already knew it was a lie. So those that don't understand and didn't hear, did they realize that I talked to Gayle King as she was going to meet them? It was no surprise that Gayle King was going to interview my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That was a part of getting that bail money and everything else.
Mm.
That what you call. So how can you? What you gonna do when you know you're ready to go away, and you need somebody to pledge their loyalty to you? Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the biggest loyalty you can have when you got out of Israel was to humiliate a person. She never said anything. So what he really wanted her to say and try to put out there was she was sexually abused or something at home. So you can't do that because my lifestyle all over there, all our kids, everything. So you can't go with that narrative a lot. So they had to create something else. So now you come with this one. Oh, okay, this. Oh, now my parents trying to do this. Then she said my parents had me posing and taking pictures in front of, what she said, in front of R. Kelly. Like, really? Who in the hell? Who in the hell would actually sit there and hold some shit like that in their phone to their child, sexual pictures and all this and all that?
Right. They run with that narrative. I was saying they run with that. That is one of the things they run with also. The narrative. Yeah.
And did you notice it never faded Gayle King?
Yeah.
Because by then we knew what it was. I gave her all the proof of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I guess this is the same way they said to my daughter. My daughter said she never wanted to sing. But yeah, okay. She said that was okay. I do believe she was just looking for an agent, right?
Right.
And she just looking for an agent.
And we know that's what she's been doing prior to being with him. We saw the things on YouTube, and she was, and she has a beautiful voice. I don't,
My daughter has done a whole lot of music. Trust me.
Yeah.
All the way up to level, and she's been in front of a whole lot of celebrities. So I didn't have to do that. Would you think I raised my child to want to be just taken care of by a man? That makes no sense to me.
Right. Mm.
Like she wasn't no gold ticket for me. I still had to do what I had to do. Still run up and still worked every day. Still did everything I had to do all the way to right now. That would be her career, her money, her this and that. I just would always look out for her and make sure that she's doing good. That she is successful the way she needs to be successful. Like I'm do all my kids.
Right. It seems that that's one of the tactics he used on a lot of the girls was their aspirations for music, luring them in.
This will tell you. This will tell you. Look at in the indictment. They got the indictment now. I mean not the indictment, the discovery. They in the discovery, they got everything. They say in the discovery that they got the NDAs that he made everybody sign. They was lies and stuff he made people say, and then he got them to sign it and this and that. So that's my point. Like, if y'all sitting there trying to keep pushing the narrative about this and that, how about read what they got? and then you won't have to say anything. But they won't educate themselves. Because now they say the federal government got them held hostage. You know, they done snatched them and got them held hostage. And I'm like, man, y'all really...
Oh, you're talking about Sylvester. They're saying that he's kidnapped. I heard that one. That's ridiculous.
They don't know the law.
First of all, he has a historical pattern of the charges. And the charges also include the 2008 trial. So that was coerced. I mean, it's just his time, basically. This is reaping season, where your seeds that you've been planting are coming to fruit. This is where we're at, and this is why he's where he is, and he's dealing with all these things are hitting him in the face. Period. That's where it is. I just really want to see you win. Obviously, want to see you happily reunited, and I'm glad to hear you were with your family earlier this evening and getting all that love, have all that love and support around you. Want to see you stop dealing with these ops. We don't need you dealing with ops, and do a little research. I know you and you may not remember, when we were DMing before, and you gave me your number. So prior, if you're dealing with somebody, just look at their history on their Twitter, look at a little bit before you know, if you're going to talk to somebody, but it's not really beneficial.
No, they done. You know, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but they choose ignorance. So if you choose ignorance,
willful ignorance.
Nothing else I need to say.
Yes.
You know, they gonna make up lies. You know, you paying people to lie. You looking stupid. So okay, you know, you just get more people embarrassed trying to be a part of
Exactly. And now they've got the money scheme with the defense fund or whatever the heck that is all about. And, you know, they're over there kicking up dust in each other's faces, and let them do that. That's a clown show, including Greenberg and Antoine and all that other bullshit that's going on over there.
Dana court now. I told Dana like this, man, y'all whole thing broke up.
Mm-hmm.
You can support somebody without being so vocal and so adamant, and then you wind up in a competition over this.
It's all ego, is what I see.
That's it.
Clout and money. That's really all I see, is people opportunists taking advantage of the situation. I'm sure, you know, if it was their daughter or, you know, child involved in something like this, they would not appreciate nothing that they're doing over there. I see these tweets you've gotten. Somebody posted in the chat one of the tweets of someone, and I don't even want to go into it word by word, but it was a very disgusting message that they wished upon your daughter. And I've also gotten death threats myself, just for reporting the stuff and for my opinion. So I understand the level of ignorance we're dealing with. And I won't, you know, I've started this video out just to debunk some lies that I heard. And you mentioned his YouTube, actually. This guy actually has a video full of lies as if they're facts. And I had to come on here just to address those things. I'm going to do a separate video just to show. But my point in that is that these people have platforms. They're feeding an audience just things that I guess wishful things, that the way they want things to play out. But they're not telling facts. They're not telling truths. You know, I don't see what the benefit is for them, but I do see that this whole defense fund and this whole money thing is definitely a come up, which is disgusting.
That's it. And that man get more than enough royalties.
Right.
And everything.
And he wouldn't spit on them if they were on fire.
So
right.
They playing a role, and they can continue playing a role like everybody's stupid. And guess what? Everybody must be stupid, because they continue to donate, and that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
You know, you could be doing something. You on the phone with Mr. Clary himself, and we won't support you to the fullest. But here it is, you get somebody like this dude that come out with all these lies, and then the next thing you know, he got a fundraiser. You see him donating on his page, and I'm saying, are we at this point in time in our life that we are really this stupid? And that's what it is.
There are some
We
people.
gotta be this
Yeah,
stupid.
there's a lot of stupidity out there. A lot. And this is all this is showing, honestly, is this, you just looking at it right here. Proof. And I don't pay dust. I don't subscribe to these people. People send me links and tell me, oh, this person's saying this, talking about you, whatever. I don't watch. I don't give them that. And that's all I'm saying. Keep the energy on the positive and keep it focused on your daughter. I told you I would work with you. I would love to work with you and your wife on meditations, because you have to manifest within the spirit before it comes out into the world. It's like you're writing your script, and then you watch it play out. And I work with people on healing, and people who want to reunite with people, things of that nature, success, all types of things. And of course, no charge, but love to do that and work with you guys like that behind the scenes to combat some of this toxicity and negativity that's coming your way, because you have to protect yourself also spiritually, especially when you're in the fight you're in. You got to make sure your shield is on a regular 24/7.
That's for real.
Yeah, so we'll work on that. Definitely committed to. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm gonna end this because my batteries are gonna die. I don't want to hang up in your face.
So thank you, and I take you up on that. I'll DM you, and we can chat about that. But
yes.
I appreciate everybody on here. Thank you for supporting. Please support Team Truth.
Yes.
You don't have to donate, but support us. Go to the page, Team Truth 1000, and follow the IG, and go to the website, team-truth.com, and y'all will see what it's all about. We don't hide nothing. We got counselors and stuff coming real soon. A few other people that's coming aboard. So thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Me and you I'll DM you later on.
Oh yeah, we just getting started. But I appreciate you also, and we'll be in touch. God bless you, Angelo.
And one other thing.
Yes.
We not like everybody else. We built a community.
Absolutely.
So let them know you are a part of the community, because that's what we're gonna need to really take these things to this level and put people in a safe environment, and that's them bringing them over to our community.
Yes, absolutely. This is definitely a safe zone for anybody. I do get DMs and messages about people who want to talk to me. But I don't know what's right and what's true, so it's very hard for me to deal with the people. But I want to say that this is definitely a safe zone for people like yourself, Mr. Clary, who need a extra platform. You got something to say, I'm here for you. Okay, and again, we'll chat. We'll chat, and then we'll get this other thing going too. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care. We'll talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Peace. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate Team Truth and Grown Man Show for sure, for the super chats and for connecting me with Mr. Clary, and also you guys for hanging with me on this late night tip. Keep R. Kelly down. I see you on Twitter doing all that you're doing. I'm following you already, so follow me back. And I'm going to bed too, Della. It's 2:12 here, 2:20, whatever time it is, 2 something in the morning. But I appreciate y'all, and I guess till next time. Peace.